as soon as I find the song. It is Middas, the 29th of Rain's Hand, when the Forsaken Winds and a band of 5 Glassguard elites, gifted by Queen Elia of Creatia, used a Daenor access writ to teleport directly into the heart of Durast's capital city. This exceedingly dangerous mission to find and slay Zavar, the tyrant king responsible for the war of the last half year, has begun in the Undercroft of Talonreach Keep, where Jiri has intimate familiarity. After briefly surveying the specialty holding area after breaking out of your original arrival room, you all chose not to venture further within that space yet, preferring heading toward the witch Moira's lab. But it did look different to Jiri, like it was sundered, cracked, fractured, some great explosions perhaps having taken place. And where now dark emissaries and forbidden knowledge lie. That will bring us back to this map. As you guys had just seen, a strange floating infernal entity approach Jiri. Its form seemed to be comprised from infinite sheets of parchment, spell scrolls, and ancient codices, a living compendium of forbidden and forgotten arcane secrets. Rolette, Telperion, and Tobirama remain invisible nearby, and Jiri, disguised as Skull Lord Demir of Cliffshade, has chosen to rapidly draw his sword to make an attack. We have all rolled initiative from the last session.
Ooh, we all got like nat 20s.
Yes, many nat 20s. So to start, before anything else happens, even before Telperion has the chance to adapt as tactician, because you can't get eyes on Jiri even right now, so you're not aware of this first moment of instance. But a few things are going to happen, beginning with Jiri's first strike, which since you rolled a nat 20, you do have advantage on this attack.
Sweet. Is this guy
go,
surprised also?
He is not surprised.
Weirdly, not surprised.
Not necessarily. You guys were just in front of him. Jiri, he saw an individual reach for his sword and try and... So it wasn't a surprise attack per se, but that didn't stop you guys from getting some awesome initiative.
Oh, I thought he was like supernaturally not able to be surprised. I was interested.
You're not sure?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like for a second. All right. I'm assuming I can't use like a bonus action first, so
no. Your first strike is the first thing happening.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do attack with advantage.
Okay. And then pause before you continue any of the rest of your turn, because I need to resolve a couple things.
Did it roll?
Hasn't come through yet. Oh, here it is. A 30 will absolutely hit. For how much damage total?
21 it looks like, if I'm reading that right.
Yep, 21. 10 slashing, 6 necrotic, 5 lightning, if that matters.
Okay. As you strike, you feel your sword strike into the form of parchment papers, and then you feel the air shifting around you. At the same time, you hear a high-pitched whistling sound get louder. Does a 20 hit Jiri?
Mesa beats it.
Okay. As you hear that whistling sound, you are punctured through the back of your robe, and an arrowhead of dread iron metal pokes out the front of your chest, out your clavicle, as you take...
Ooh. Oh, nice. That's pretty low.
Okay.
A total of 28 damage. And because it hit you, his position is revealed. You will see someone who has been hidden on this map and had an arrow knocked this whole time. A Wraithwatch Deadeye back into the right of where you guys entered.
Oh dang.
At the same time, this arrow shot distracts you for no more than a split second. But even in that time, as you look up, you see the small handful of papers flutter to the ground and begin to burn away as the Lore Devil immediately uses its reaction to fold space and teleport about 30 feet up in the air all the way over here, hovering above a grand, vast chasm that continues deep into the earth. Now, these few instances have happened so quickly that it was hard to adapt, but now, Telperion, you do have the opportunity to make a tactician change before Jiri continues the rest of his turn. The only limitation is that you cannot intuitively go before Jiri.
I'll go after Toby. Because I didn't get net 20. I don't deserve to go in front of the net 20 years.
Okay. All right, now, Jiri, you can resume the rest of your turn. One attack of your multi-attack expended so far. And you hear the scribe, this infernal lore devil, up into the side, just mumbling to himself.
Difficult. The Duchess will be most displeased.
Object interaction to unfold Shaggy.
Okay, that's fine to object interaction Shaggy. I will say it'll cost him half his movement to unfurl himself on this first turn. But you can still mount him with your available movement, and he will still have some movement.
Okay. I will use half my movement to mount Shaggy.
Okay. I'll throw
And
him
then I
on
will
the
have
board
Shaggy
here.
dash upwards towards the
Okay.
paper guy.
Paper guy.
Did he teleport back? I don't. Oh,
He
wow.
went straight
Is he
up.
over nothing?
Oh, he
With
went
a-
there. That's right.
Even with reduced halved movement, with a dash by Shaggy, you can close the distance to get near enough to the scribe.
Yeah.
So you have closed the distance.
I will take my second attack on him.
Okay. Go for it.
Christopher, what's the name of the song you have playing right now?
The Blasted Heath.
GM.
Thank you.
Uh, 32 absolutely will hit for looks like another 23 damage.
Oh no, more this time. 23.
All right. Once again, you cut into the devil's form and you shear clean from its body a number of spell scrolls and ancient parchment that just begins to disintegrate and burn away as it's loosed from its form.
Jiri will sheath his sword and use his bonus action to take the dodge action using a key point that he got.
Okay.
Beginning combat.
Sounds good. Next, it will be Roulette's turn.
I guess how much of this have I seen the multiple attacks that have taken place and movements that have taken place?
I would say you guys next to this 10-foot high lip of this surrounding circle, you heard Jiri make a motion, you heard an arrow shot, and you've been able to identify the Wraithwatch Deadeye off in the distance who loosed that shot. So I would say currently you don't have visual on Jiri or the scribe, but you can tell that, oh, we're moving now.
Okay. Because I'm invisible,
It is true.
and if I attack or spell, I lose it. And do I want to lose it right away? Sorry.
Grit, you said the scribe used its reaction to do that,
Yep.
and the scribe. When is the scribe's turn? 10. Okay, thank you. Oh, last. Wow.
Crap. What's my movement speed right now? 30, because I am not in other thing. Wait,
I'm
am
already
I?
near 32. It hurts.
Am I steel synced right now? I don't think I am. No,
I
Daisy's
don't
on my
believe
hip.
so.
No, Daisy's on my hip.
Because that was required for the teleportation.
Correct. I forget how to do the movement thing, but if I move here, and then if I go snacks, I really can't do anything this turn, can I? I don't think I'm gonna do anything this turn, unfortunately.
You can
Because-
dash, right?
I mean, I can. I'm just wondering if there's. I just want to double check something. What's the distance? Is that 100 or is that 110? It's 110. I could go after him, but that would be a firebolt, and I don't want to do that. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna dash. I'm gonna go up 10 feet, and then I'm just gonna go here.
Oh,
I'm
here,
just
how
gonna.
much?
Can someone click that spot so I don't lose it? Thank you.
Fine.
Thank you.
Okay, elevating quickly with your flying boots and then sprinting over there.
Yeah, I will. That's my action and my bonus action. I'm not going to. Well, no. Do I want to drop Daisy?
What was your bonus action? Did I miss that?
I didn't use my bonus action. I was gonna
Okay.
potentially just drop Daisy. Yeah, I'm not casting Steel Sync right now. So actually, can you put Daisy here?
Yes.
I would have dropped her right there, and she has 40 feet of movement. So my bonus action would have been just making her get to one of these spots. So like right
Okay.
here.
I do believe as you release Daisy and let her be her own person, she will cease to be invisible.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, and she will use her reaction to open up, and then she will use one of her reactions to open up, and then she will move the 40 feet. I'm just gonna, yeah, and that's all I'm gonna do. End of turn.
Okay.
Bonus action, movement.
Where do you want her to move 40 feet toward? Just along
want
this
her, like-
direction?
I want her just prior to the circular platform. I'm zooming in right now so I can see it. Like on
Okay.
the stairs leading up to it, not
Gotcha.
on
So
the
you sort of dropped her on the elevated portion, and then she gets sort of
Yep.
there.
Yep. End of turn.
Perfect. Okay. Toby, you are up.
Okay. So, if I get to the wall like this, and then try to climb it, that would be 30 total feet. Probably.
It would. Yeah.
You know, I think that's a meaningful. How do I want to do it? If I go like that, it's kind of farther, honestly. So yeah, I'll just climb up the wall here, basically taking all of my movements.
Yep.
Do I want to ready any sort of some spell? Get very separated. That's okay. So what I'm gonna do, not casting a spell to get rid of invisibility, but readying a spell.
Beginning to cast a spell would lose your invisibility.
Then I will just also dash.
Okay,
Just
that's fair game.
move here near. Or I think it's more up there. Near the glass guard on the perimeter of this, and that will be it for this turn. From me.
Okay. Telperion, it will be you next, technically at initiative count 22.
I'm gonna levitate off the ground using my bonus action to give my 30 to a 60 fly, and then I'll move 60 and then dash in the air flying, and then fly another 60 to get here.
Okay.
And then I'll use my object interaction to pull out a what is sliver, and holding a sliver, and then I'm holding Kiramar in one hand, not yet ignited. I'll use my bonus action next turn. Looking in this thing, are they hovering over a pit of literal blackness? Can
Yes,
someone move
they
me to my
are.
spot, by the way, so I don't have to let go?
You are
Just-
there.
Oh, thank you. Great. You said yeah, it's just blackness.
Yeah, and how many feet above the ground are you, would you say? Ceilings in here
I
go
wanna
all the way
land
to like
here.
40, 50 feet. Oh, you want to land? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like, essentially I'm just gliding along the ground. Like I'm not using any elevation that I don't need. And once I'm here, can I just like, I'm not even asking for a check, but can you just describe what am I looking at from where I'm standing at this spot?
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing of note, other than the fact that Jiri and the scribe are now engaging high up above you, 40 feet high in the air, above that bottomless black pit of damaged interior space here. But most specifically, there are these large vats of like dark metal that are piped to a central space, and there's this huge 20-foot tall cylinder container of, it looks like some sort of murky fluid. And now that you're this close, you think there's something in there. And then, of course, up ahead and raised above you, that golden dragonborn individual that seems to have his arms outstretched downward to each side and his head slumped downward.
This in that tank, when you say it seems like there's something in there, is it moving or do I just see a looming shadow?
Just a looming shadow.
Okay. I'm gonna think to roulette on my turn.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I can't see you.
Oh yeah, can't see. Yeah.
I'm gonna think to Jiri. I'll take on the dead eye and make sure it doesn't get away. There's something creepy in this vat, so be careful coming over here in case it attacks you or something. And that's how I'll end my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
After your turn, at initiative count 20,
Yeah.
the scribe will say,
Scarlord Demir, you are outside of your contract, and I must take all precautions. Unleash Project Insidium.
and he holds his arm out to the side toward this large 20-foot tall cylinder vat, which immediately the liquid just seems to bubble and then lower, revealing a form that immediately shatters out of the cylinder of glass. And we'll roll initiative.
Project Insidium.
The creature looks dark and twisted. Actually, the skin of it looks infernal, almost like a chain devil you guys have seen before, but with distinctly wyvern features. Small wings of a wyvern and an arm that has been twisted into a large stinger and holds a dread iron axe in its left hand. And it will roll initiative.
Okay, that's gnarly. Jiri, you're gonna resist that. We won't.
All right. It has rolled initiative, and it is now the Glassguard Elite's turn. The woman Nefeni, half-elf. Oi, all you lot! Angle javelins now! Follow my position! And she will take her squad, moving here, and they will throw a series of javelins at the scribe.
Did we remember
Careful not to get too close to Jiri or Shaggy.
This thing is gnarly to look at. Looks like it's from a Dark Souls game. Did we remember to give them magical spears?
The scribe has a poor dex save, so the javelins will pierce its form, but Jiri, you see some of the javelins just pierce entirely through its form, taking individual scraps and sheets of paper with them, and then falling down into the blackness. It seems to have damaged its form, but not heavily. Form up around me. Next target's that big one. Forsaken wins. You take the rest. After its turn, or their turn.
Can I mutter something? We should probably tell them to not scream our names when we're in cover.
Yeah.
Scholar
Next.
Engineer and the Four Winds.
At initiative count 18, the scribe also looks to the side and says, Soldiers, give us a beacon. Target this one in front of me. And Telperion, you see, with your detect magic still up that you're still concentrating on,
I forgot.
those tethers of arcane electricity that are arcing down toward the gold dragonborn and the amorphous, magically illuminated clouds, you hear cackling from each of those clouds, and they start to move, pulling their arcane tethers with them. And you see the gold dragonborn slowly rotate, fixed in place to the ground, but just being rotated by arcane tethers that only you can see right now. And the dragonborn then, his head is forced upward and his eyes alight with gold, and he inhales and exhales. A bright beacon of sunlight streaks toward both Shaggy and Jiri. Shaggy and Jiri, I need a dex save from both of you. Jiri, you do have advantage on this since you dodged.
That's cool.
Dex save.
Oh, general reminder for the Four Winds that Roulette would have done every morning.
Advantage because of dodge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh god.
I'll wait till after this is damage. Oh no.
Yikers.
Oh, rip in pieces.
Jiri, as you're so focused on pursuing the scribe, you look to your side and there's just a blinding beacon of light strafing straight right in your direction. And you and Shaggy each will take 25 radiant damage.
Oh jeez.
Which is an interesting capability that's not typically attributed to gold dragonborns. But so now you know at initiative count 18 after the Glassguard elites, there's other beings on the board that are triggering that. That's not even a lair action. It's just something enacted by other beings on the board that you know Telperion now are invisible creatures.
Wait, what are invisible creatures? The tethers?
No, not the tethers of electricity, arcane energy themselves, but those amorphous forms. You are seeing presences of invisibility, but you're not able to see through the invisibility, but you know it's there. With the cackling and the presence of this circumstance happening, you know at the ends of each of those arcane tethers are creatures that are invisible.
I thought you meant lightning cackle. Oh, that's super helpful. Thank you. Okay. Invisible creatures. I got it. Thank you.
So I would have reminded everyone in the morning again. Everyone has one use of the clockwork amulet that Roulette made, where if you just want to roll a 10, you can do that once per day.
Perfect. All right, it is the Wraithwatch Deadeye's turn, who will immediately hop down from his perch and disappear out of sight from you, Telperion, and will immediately use a cunning action bonus action to hide, which he can do with advantage during combat. Oh, that rolled a +5, but I clicked the wrong thing. I rolled his perception instead of stealth, but we'll use those 2d20s. So it's actually an 11 plus 14 for 25. So Telperion, as this individual hops down and you lose visual of him on the other side of this large metal vat, he completely disappears. And then he will move and then reveal himself with an unseen attack as a single longbow arrow is shot directly at Jiri.
Busy turn.
Who's dodging?
You are dodging, so he will have a straight roll. Unseen attacker canceled out by your dodge.
Son of a bitch.
It will hit, and you will take 8 points of piercing damage and 6 points of necrotic damage. However, I want to check the language of sneak attack. Once per turn,
He has disadvantage.
it will trigger.
He has a source
Oh,
of
that's
disadvantage
actually-
and advantage.
Yeah, yes, that's true. Which means potentially no sneak, but he's still within 5 feet of an enemy target. Jiri's within 5 feet of the scribe, so that will still trigger sneak
It
attack.
says you- I'm gonna look on the side.
He doesn't have net disadvantage, which I don't know that sneak attack's language gets hyper clear about that. Because you're right, he does have disadvantage and advantage,
Yeah,
but net.
I think I'm thinking Baldur's Gate 3, which I think that was a thing. Here it's just if you have advantage or if it's an enemy within 5 feet. So he's still, unfortunately, good for.
I am going to rule that he is going to get sneak attack, not because he got advantage on a strike, but because of the within 5 feet. Oh, I needed to click this.
Or Jiri, you need to run away.
Ignore
Okay, so that's 14 plus 28 for a total of 42 damage on that strike.
And you can't heal right now.
That is also correct. That will be it for the Deadeye's turn. Next is Insidium, the Infernal Simic. It will immediately begin running 30 feet, and then we'll use a winged leap. It will fly and land here,
Oh, fuck.
but it can't get close enough actually to land on or near enough the Glassguard elites where it's going to force a dex save for them. So they're actually safe. You see the concussive force of its land. It just crashes to the ground, and stone debris is sort of ejected into the air. But it will use its multi-attack from range, which it does have reach on these. Its first attack with its stinger. You see it uncoil its folded stinger arm and launch toward the nearest Glassguard, and that will be a miss. The second attack with its Dreadiron chain axe, very similar to what Talon Vitria used, but different form. But will also miss the Glassguards. So you see the Glassguards already proving their defensive capabilities, dodging and fending off the attacks of this thing. And this thing looks like a mindless brute. Its head is encased in metal, and it just looks like this foul experimental creation. It will now be the scribe's turn.
And it flew away as it flew past me.
Yes, it did. It ran off in this direction. So it like gathered a couple steps and then its wings beat and helped it get aloft for a winged leap, but they weren't sufficient to hold it in the air. So you even from that instance get the idea that this creature cannot fly, but it does have a bonus action fly capability.
Like me.
But now it is the Lord Devil's turn, and it will use its multi-attack. Will it use that? First, it will use a spell drain
What?
on Jiri, which it has disadvantage on because it has no source of advantage to cancel out Jiri's dodge. So Jiri, this creature reaches out to you with its parchment hands and attempts to grasp the very essence of your magical capability. It
Can
only
I
does 8
shield-
necrotic damage.
Can I shield that if I want?
If you wanted to.
I want you to say anymore, because I might be, if I could block all of that damage, I wonder if I could prevent whatever's about to happen. I'm rolling, if I roll it, it's a D10 plus 4. Or, MK, what are my odds? Should I do it?
More than half
I think
to cancel
50.
out all the damage.
Oh, yeah.
50-50 is are your odds. 'Cause you need a
four
6 or higher.
works. 4 through 8 work to cancel out.
Oh,
What is-
sorry. No, you have a 60%
Yeah,
chance.
you got like 60.
Okay.
70%.
I'll try to do this. He's just going to do it again, though. But also, you're about to take 3 attacks. I'll just help out.
You can only replace one attack though.
I rolled
With
1.
spell. What spell
1
drain's
plus
not a
4.
spell?
I
So-
blocked 5 damage for you, Jerry.
You block 5 damage. Jiri, this thing reaches out to you and it barely hurts. You take only 3 points of necrotic damage, but you're feeling your magical capabilities through Hyperivel's magic. Try to leave your form. I need a constitution saving throw from you.
Been rolling well.
Just have to fight it as.
That will be a
10.
failure.
Mm.
What is your highest level? Not your Mystic Arcanums. It has to be a spell slot. 5th level spell
5.
slots, I believe, are your highest. What is a spell you know of 5th level?
Uh,
Fine. Oh,
I don't know how many actual 5th level ones I have and how many like just lower ones that I cast at a higher level. Is
Is teleportation circle one, or is what do you?
no, is Far Step one? Let me see.
Yes, I believe Far Step is a 5th level.
That might be my only 5th level.
Yeah, a lot of these are. You also have Dream, but yes, Vapor Jump it / Far Step. Oh, you also have Synaptic Static.
Static. Yep.
Yeah, so
those three.
of those 3, you can feel this creature reaching into your mind and just learning your arcane capabilities. Which of these 3 spells do you think of first?
A dream.
Okay. You feel your connection to the dream spell just shatter. You no longer have that spell prepared or known, and you see this creature, magic flows from you into it, and it grows more pages, healing.
sorry, I didn't roll better. That's
It
so
will
scary.
then cast Sending as
Oh,
part of its multi-attack, casting a spell in place of one of its attacks.
Oh, that wasn't a spell it just cast. Oh, jeez.
Correct.
It's casting Sending?
Yeah.
He is casting Sending. You
Wait,
hear a phrase to initiate communication protocol.
I can't do anything.
My Duchess.
Wait. Sorry. I just want to confirm something really quick. I think it's 60 feet.
I just used my reaction, so I can't stop this.
Roulette, I think you are on the cusp of what you consider possible to reach out with that magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin the ring in the opposite direction for my fancy wordplay, and I will use the single charge to. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna use a single charge to cast Counterspell from my Ring of Marion.
You hear it speaking, and you can actually weirdly, now that you've heard it speak a couple times, it's not speaking common, and yet you all understand its language.
Love that.
But as it's talking,
My Duchess. It appears Skull. Duchess? Oh,
and as it looks over to you, the source becoming visible after casting a spell.
I hate this.
oh. Invisible allies as well. Ugh.
And it will reach out to you and like flick its hand and use the third of its attacks of its multi-attack. Because it's in melee with another creature, this does have disadvantage against you, Roulette.
What rule is that?
Just general ranged attacks. It's not only when you're attacking someone within 5 feet with a range. It's if a hostile enemy is within 5 feet of you when you do a ranged thing.
Is that in the DMG? I did not know that.
We've brought this up in campaign before, and it's a rule I haven't known for my whole D&D career until the last 6 months or something.
That totally makes sense, though.
Yeah, 23 with disadvantage, though. Will 23 hit you?
A 23 will hit. I guess I see with the spell. I see with the damage type. 2 questions. I have no reaction because I just.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
I guess my follow-up question is like, would I have known this is force damage and like?
It seems like raw arcane force. So yeah, when as it's ricocheting to you, this bolt of energy. Yeah, you do suspect maybe that's the case, but you are hit with it nonetheless. For looks like 16 force damage to Roulette.
That will hit.
Okay. That is the scribe's turn. Will it move at all, I suppose?
Dude, this map is so big. I wish I had long strike on.
Dread Iron is a big problem because Jerry's hurt and we can't heal him.
Why can't we heal him?
Because he got hit by Dread Iron.
Well, he can't heal for 1 turn, so he needs to get out of sight.
Until the Dead Eye's turn.
Here's a fun thing that I forgot it can do. It doesn't use spell slots. It gets once per day, 3 times per day spells to use. So even though it has already cast Sending, it will immediately use Misty Step as just a functional ability of it, and will teleport 30 feet over here.
Working off of new rules or old rules?
I'm starting to sparsely add some capabilities of 2024 into some rules. But it is hovering way over here, 40 feet in the air, near to the
40
ceiling.
feet off.
But now it is the top of initiative in Telperion. You can make a tactician change, but if you're moving anyone else other than you, unless you can see them, your voice might give away your position. So just a consideration.
Don't.
It's just a matter of order at this point because we're all grouped already.
I don't know that it matters. Do you guys think it matters?
I don't have a reason for it to matter right now. It might in future turns, but...
Yeah, I'll just leave it as it is. I'll leave it.
Okay. Jiri, it is your turn.
Jiri, how you looking,
Shaggy?
brother?
I'm not good at all.
You gotta like run or something, or like get to a safe spot.
Yep, that's my plan.
Thanks for being the.
Because how far down are this like rubble down here?
Directly below you, you see crags of rocky wall side. It's just a schism that continues into endless pitch black darkness. But over
If
here,
I want to get under this like overpass looking thing,
you could do that. Yeah, you could swoop down below ground level to buy yourself cover and close off line of sight.
I'm gonna do it even sneakier than that. I don't know. I'm gonna use my action to attack this guy with 2 air bursts.
Okay. I think
And
you
then
have
I'm
up to
gonna
3
skedaddle.
air bursts.
Oh, I do.
And then, yeah, Telperion, what you got?
Before Jiri, when Jiri starts moving away from me, can I think a sentence at him?
Sure, yeah. Part of your
Um,
tactician, you didn't make a change, but
yeah.
you can send a
I think-
thought. Yeah.
I'll Jiri, there's little creatures holding the lightning. Is the lightning visible or magically visible to me?
You're seeing that it's only visible to you because you're actively concentrating on detect magic. So even as you're considering warning Jiri of that thought, you're like, shit, he's not going to be able to see this. Only I can see this right now.
I'll put it this way. Jiri, there's 4 little creatures holding arcane lightning, touching that dragon bone, making it attack you. And that's all. I just want someone else to know about me.
Dragonborn guy is like, he was here. I don't know where he is now.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's still
there.
bound to this magic circle, planar binding ritual glyph, and he's just tethered, his arms outstretched downward to each side, and he has been rotated magically.
If I'm like under here, I would be out of this sight because this looks like it's raised. This little platform
Correct.
right here.
Yes,
Like,
correct. You
there's
could
a
definitely get
stairwell
out of sight.
here.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm going under this thing. I'm getting out of here. All right,
Okay.
I'm blasting this guy twice and getting
3
Out there.
times.
3 times. My bad. All right, once. 14.
You're getting the
14
bad rolls
will
out of the way.
not
You're
do
getting
it.
them out of the way.
There's
You
some
send a
bad
14. Your first air burst just hits its side, but it's wearing this dark dread iron pauldron, and it just bounces off harmlessly. That one.
This guy. Wait, hold on. I'm aiming at the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. Where is the sheet guy? I thought that was the sheet guy for a second.
The
Oh,
sheep
no, this
guy
is,
to the right.
Yeah, he is way over here. The scribe
Oh.
is off 40 feet in the air, further from you. Yeah.
My bad. I was aiming at him.
Okay.
All right, one more. 2 more.
It will still miss him. Okay.
Yeah, I figured. 19.
That one will hit.
Okay,
I
16
think it's
force
gonna
damage,
be ridiculous.
and then last one. 23 for another full force damage.
As your last 2 bursts of air detonate on the creature, you see again a shrapnel of papers flying in different directions. But it also looks like that force damage sort of continued through his form, limited effectiveness as well.
Who were you shooting?
The
This guy.
scribe over here.
Scribe.
I'm trying to. Might as well
Right.
kill one thing at a time. You know what I mean?
I think he's the most scary, and I'd love fire. I don't have staff anymore.
And I'm gonna skedaddle underneath this as far as I can go,
Okay. Yeah, you are
and
welcome
just
to.
like get like real far underneath with Shaggy. Jerry's gonna take the dodge act. Yeah, I'm gonna take the dodge action just in case, and then Shaggy will also take the dodge action.
Okay. Yeah, Shaggy can action dodge, you bonus action dodge with your key sheath. Perfect. Yeah, and you guys can hide out under the platform. Perfect. Will that do it for Jiri?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Roulette, you are up.
You're muted, Steve.
Sorry. I know, and I clicked on the wrong thing and ads popped up. I am first going to. I am level with Daisy right now because I went up to the top of the 10-foot thing and I just went straight across when I was invisible. So right now I am going to take 5 feet that way. Bonus action, I am going to have Daisy. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, he is Telperion.
4. I'm gonna have Daisy walk up to this Dragonborn guy gingerly. I don't know. And I want her to take all 4 arms, grab one of his arms, and just try and yank him out of the center of this circle.
Interesting. Go ahead and make a strength check with Daisy's strength.
It is a +2.
Oh no.
You give your command to Daisy off in the distance, and you see Daisy yank on him, and the person's arms should be giving an easy fulcrum for moving. There's a long movement arm or moment arm there, but as Daisy's trying to yank on it, doesn't even move, which also indicates to you he's being held there by magical means.
Very quickly, functionality recap. When I had Alfie in ostrich form with the mithril wiring, I did the Gusto Guard thing, and that specifically was kick up dust in like a 5-foot radius to get rid of sight lines. In my mind, that I built that specifically, like if I was next to an ally, it obscures us.
Yep.
Does the inverse of that work, where if I'm next to a target that's trying to, I guess we just covered this, if you're trying to do a ranged attack, and I am next to them, never mind. We'll cover this when you do something with the lion. Or the dragon.
I will say, when you saw it unleash a bolt of sunlight at Jiri, that wasn't an attack roll, but it did rely on sight and aiming. So you think there's something logical to your curiosity here.
I'm focusing on Daisy, and then I will turn around. Do I have sightline to, like, this point right here, down by the Deadeye?
Not ground level. This enormous vat is blocking your view to ground level platform here, but you can see the scribe hovering 20 feet higher than the highest point of that vat. So you see this massive cylinder vat that's holding something, and then off and beyond it, up above the scribe. But you cannot
How far away
currently see platform level
I will say that
here.
I will say this. Spoiler. I want to cast Fireball and hit these 2 people down here.
Do you think that's possible?
Is there a spot between them? Like, if I move purple move. Toby Rama, move.
I don't have anything going on. If my arrow's still there.
Your arrow on the screen. Your arrow's on the screen for me. Okay, no, there we go. Like, could I hit this corner of this vat and hit like within 20 feet that way and within 20 feet that way?
I'm gonna say you're gonna have to use movement to get what you want done.
Sure, I would 100%.
So running off in this direction, if you basically want your full movement due south-ish, yeah, you could get an angle on that.
Ever spell Fireball? Hell yeah.
I will object interact to take out the Staff of Golden Flame and cast Fireball, using 3 of the charges to aim for both the Deadeye and for the Scribe.
Okay. You shoot it, you successfully hit your mark, and both of them are within barely the confines of a 40-foot diameter, because he's 40 feet up but angled down to ground level. You can barely fit that diameter in there. They will both make dex saves.
Fuck yeah.
Holy shit.
You see the Deadeye immediately so acrobatically leap off backwards with not with uncanny but with evasion, but because he had perched on such a precarious ledge, his foot does slip and he will take half damage. And the scribe will take full damage. So go ahead and roll.
Did it come through? I don't think the dice
it
rolled,
did,
but
it
I
did.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yep,
30,
sorry about that.
32 total.
So the Deadeye will take half, and the Devil, famously immune to
No.
fire damage, incinerates, catching fire. All of its parchment. You hear a wail of 18 different languages you've heard, languages you haven't. This Devil is vulnerable to fire damage. And as the flames flicker out and disperse, you can see much of its form starting to fall and flake to the ground, and there's this suspended green energy keeping it all together.
That's bonus action, movement.
It's still on the map.
It is still on the map.
So it's a ball of green energy right now.
It's still in its lore devil form. It's just
Okay.
losing a lot of the papers. And
Bam,
every
yeah.
time something is loosed from its form, it sort of just incinerates and burns up as if you like lit a piece of paper on fire and just let it go, and it sort of catches the air.
Got it.
All right, Toby Rama, it is your
That's
turn.
Super important information. Could do the same thing. But I am interested in tackling this Dragonborn problem. I'm going to target the Dragonborn with Dispel Magic. And what level am I going to cast it at? That is the million-dollar question here. It's basically
I'm doing my turn.
if I want to go, I need to go high with it, or I need to just take the third level and hope for good rolls.
Am I correct that if it's like a 5th level spell and you cast Dispel Magic, don't you get to roll?
So, whatever level I target, I use. All spells of that level or lower just stop. Anything higher, I don't get a bonus for casting it higher if it's like a 7th level, whether I cast it at 3rd or 5th.
It's just a question for Toby of what resource are you willing to put in to hopefully get an auto success if you dump in a 7th level spell.
But you do get to roll though.
I
Like
do get to
if
roll
it's
Yes,
high,
yes,
higher.
kind
Okay.
of.
Yes.
I couldn't
Um,
remember if it was just counterspell or
So
something.
I'm just going to start with a 3rd level. I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the Dragonborn at 3rd level. And
Okay.
any spell of 3rd level or lower ends for each spell of 4th level or higher, I make a roll.
You're using a 4th level spell or a 3rd level
Third.
spell?
3rd level spell.
Okay.
And it is marked off.
I'm
Revealing
doing a
myself no longer
search
invisible.
here. Yes, indeed. Okay. What is your roll?
I will do that. For each spell, so you tell me how many times I need to roll.
You don't roll for each spell.
It
You're
says that.
casting the magic
It
once.
says, for each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check.
Interesting.
So anything 3rd just ends.
Okay.
And if there's more than
Okay.
one spell higher.
Yeah, I got you. So just make one roll.
I rolled a... Oh, how does the dot work? On a 6 or a 9. I think that's a 6. So plus 5 for me is 11. So it's not
The
going to
dot
work.
is the bottom number.
So you feel the presence of a more powerful magic than that resist, but you do see the glyph work of the magic circle shatter. Its magic literally shattering as if it were physical, like glass, kicked into the air and then disintegrating. And
I will...
Tyrion, you see the arcane tethers all disappear.
Can I see anybody? Oh,
cannot
I just
see
became,
anybody.
I can see
just
roulette,
became
right?
visible by casting a spell.
but I can see roulette. Oh, that's so cool. Fuck yeah.
So those
That
arcane
was
tethers disappear, but the invisible creatures holding them still
Okay.
remain now confused, cackling, grunting, shrieking. And the creature, the golden dragonborn, still has its arms like held out to the side, and it hasn't moved from its slump. But you have canceled some magic at that location.
I understand Magic Circle, because that is a spell I know. I didn't see anything happen with the lightning. So as I get ready to drink this... Oh, should I drink it? The Potion of Invisibility. Should I? I don't think so.
You're not the one in dire straits. Crit, can I do this with 60 feet of movement? Can I get to the top?
Sure.
I'm going to use
Alright, I'm trying to-
Channel Divinity to get that 3rd level spell back.
Nice.
As a bonus action. And I am going to move 30 feet. Which way am I interested in moving 30 feet?
Get fucking fall.
50, 40, 4, 5, 6 right triangle. I don't know the hypotenuse of that, but you could get close to Telperion, you think, as you're considering that.
I'm going to move closer to the Glass Guard Elites, and that is my action, bonus action, and movement for my turn.
Okay. Telperion, it will be your turn at initiative count 22.
Okay, I am in a very big pickle in regards to what I can do with my economy here. Because I need to reach them. So this brother here is he's 60 feet on the ground. He's 60 feet from me, right?
Yeah, and like a 5-6 foot elevation based on the platform they're on. But yeah, still that angle is you can get there for sure with your flight.
Okay. Is he currently on the ground from falling? Like after I don't know what
No,
happened.
he didn't. He tried to more successfully dodge. He's still standing upright on the precipice of this little balcony.
All right. I am going to bonus action, give myself flight, and I'm gonna fly to
Sending a side
hit.
eye to do so.
Yeah, this is bad.
And you are able
yeah,
to
burning his-
fly directly toward him. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I get next to him. I'm currently invisible, and I am going to. Can I? Okay. I want to object interaction, grab the lightning javelin from my pack, and can I launch the? I want to throw the lightning javelin at the scribe in the air. And can I fry both of them from this angle?
Interesting. You were there enough to get there. Yeah, getting yourself a lower position with that guy on the edge. Yeah, you can line up a shot that will target both of them. Yep.
Okay.
Advantage
Hell
on the
to
attack
yeah.
roll.
Hell to the yeah. Advantage on the attack roll. Okay. So I'm rolling 2d20s. 19 that. So aiming at the guy.
Yep, absolutely will hit him, and then both have to make the dex save. Yes.
Yeah. I gotta get the javelin. Oh, can I? Okay, yeah. Javelin. Okay. So, well, the dex save is 13. Each creature. Okay. So each creature in the line, excluding you, makes a DC 13 or take 46.
Okay. The scribe fails, and the Deadeye avoids all damage entirely.
Okay.
With his evasion.
So, ooh, I rolled really nice. That's 17.
Very nice.
17
The 46.
lightning damage.
Yeah. The lightning bolt
Okay.
turns back into javelin, make a ranged weapon attack, which I did. On a hit, the target takes the damage from the javelin. Okay, which is so that's a d6. I rolled a 1, and then I would like to. Can I see any of my allies?
Yeah, you see Roulette off in the distance, and Toby's far further than that. Jiri is not visible to you right now.
So the attack on the guy up in the air, I'd like to use my tactician die to add a d10
Okay.
to that. And then I'm gonna let Roulette. Oh, I rolled a 10. And then I'm gonna let Roulette move half her movement speed right now. No reaction used.
Okay. Roulette.
And then-
Telperion shouts a command to you, and if you would like, you can move up to half your movement.
And then I'm also going to he's flying, right?
The scribe is, yes.
When's his turn? His turn's coming after mine. Okay.
Pretty far down the pipeline.
But yeah, okay. So that's 5 14 damage to the scribe from the javelins striking into it.
Okay.
Does anything happen
When the javelin pierces his form,
when he takes this damage?
you see it hit his form, and then just your javelin fall out of his form, clanging to the ground under him.
He's not porting away though.
No, he has not used
Okay.
his reaction yet.
I will then use an attack with my javelin that's in hand. It's kind of cool because I'm not using Kiramar at all. So I'm gonna use my
And you
javelin
do
now,
become visible as you do that,
Yeah.
so then he looks downward at you.
and then I use a sliver and I try to slash. And I'm gonna make this a spell. And I'm going to booming blade this. So just a regular d20 attack.
Okay.
27.
Let me just look at one thing.
Who are you attacking?
The dead eye.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so what to hit?
27 to hit.
That will hit.
So this is a d6. And I'm going to expend a side eye on this guy, and make him do a save. Or so it says 16, I think, or I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, it's an 18-ish.
Strength save.
Yeah. It might be a 17 actually. Then I'll roll the damage.
I am clicking on it, and it's not sending to the thing. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm just gonna roll it here. That will be it will be a fail on the
All right.
save, so he will go prone.
14 plus 9 is 23. So he takes 23 damage, and then is also sheathed in booming lightning. And now that he's prone, I'd like to use my third attack to grapple him.
Okay.
And that's a contest my strength, my athletics against his probably acrobatics, I'm thinking.
Yep. That is true.
I only rolled
that one worked.
17.
So as you go to, you did knock him prone, but he quickly almost tries to do one of those lean on
Is
your
he
back
at
to
disadvantage?
jump up into your yeah. So
Is
he
he at
rolls out of the way
disadvantage
to
if he's
avoid. I don't believe so. I will look it up though.
Condition, prone. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and that's it.
Yep, that is it. So he's able to roll around and dodge your grapple attempt. But
Okay.
he is wreathed in booming energy.
Yeah, he is wreathed in booming energy. I'm going to use my. How bad is his dead eye looking?
You guys have cut into him pretty good, or maybe you just for the first time cut into him pretty good. He's looking hurt. You know, there's slashes and gouges across his studded leather black armor.
Okay. I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my turn.
At initiative count 20. Unleashing Project Insidium was only usable once. So now he'll revert to his other lair action. Surveilling the space, he looks plan northward first, and then thinks differently of it, and then looks over at you, Telperion. And he reaches downward toward this crystalline vase, 5 foot in diameter, and telekinetically lifts it, and then with a gesture of his hand launches it directly at your position.
Holy
I need
shit.
you to please make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, you're good at those.
I am. Is the guy in range of this though, next to me?
No,
Don't
he throws it directly at your person.
Targetable. Okay. What am I rolling?
A Constitution save.
I like know the mod before I do the roll. All right, +7. 14 + 7 is 21.
That is a success. So you will take half the piercing damage. And you, as these vapors escape from that crystalline situation, you feel the vapors inhaled into your nose and force their way into your tear ducts or your eyelids, but you maintain the resilience to not become poisoned and affected by their effect. So you take only 4 points of damage. I do need a concentration check on Detect Magic.
Okay. Another +7 to this. 4 + 7 is 11.
Very nice. And I will cross off this one, which is not usable anymore.
It's got all sorts of files.
It is the
Vats.
Glass Guard Elite's turn, who will stay in the position they're in, actually, with their reach of their pikes. And they will brace, spending a bonus action to forfeit 20 feet of their movement, and they basically gain Savage Attacker on their attacks this round. So now they will immediately make a multi-attack for 3 pike attacks. That'll be a hit. That will be a hit.
And the re-rolling, I don't think is...
No, I'll get there.
Okay.
No, I'll get there. 12 will miss, but you see the Toby Rama specifically, you see these Glass Guard Elites just shove pikes into this creature's flesh, and it grunts but seems almost unbothered by the damage it's taking. Either it's not injured by it severely, or it's just so brute mindset that it's barely registering pain. But I will roll these for the first 2 hits to see if they're any better. 12 will be 12, and 10 will be better than 8. So those damages are somewhat shrugged off, but still effective. And that will be the Glass Guard Elite's turn. On initiative count 18, the scribe will call out,
Stewards, forsake your previous engagement. Fly underneath and find the one who fled.
You hear this cackle of little eager shrieking voices, and you hear the beating. Toby Rama specifically hears the beating of invisible wings begin to make their way looking for Jiri.
Toby, nice job taking out that fucking cannon.
Yeah, I'm curious
That's
to
a great
what
turn.
extent I got rid of stuff, but it seems like more than one, which I was not expecting.
Well, turning off the massive sunbeam. Holy
Sunbeam,
shit.
yeah.
Roulette, you think you got this?
Daisy might also maybe
Right.
notice less resistance. I don't know if the magic circle was
God,
keeping
what?
them there.
Jiri,
Think you got the scribe? Roulette?
They have to use their action to dash, but you hear an oncoming rush of beating invisible wings, and then they suddenly have closed the distance. There's one on your left and one behind you, and two more on their way. But that's their turn. is the-
Yikes.
It is the Deadeye's turn.
If you don't get hit by Dread Iron by this Deadeye, I think if you fly to me, I can heal you. I think that's how it works. Unless
The
they have
Deadeye
Dread Iron,
will
too.
do the cool lean back and kick up to their feet thing, using half their movement to stand once again.
Skip up.
Does Booming Blade say using movement or moving 5 feet from their space?
Good
Is that a
question.
meaningful distinction?
I can hit the spell right now. You brandish your weapon. The spell's damage increases.
If it willingly moves 5 feet or more before then. So I'm going to say it's burning through its movement, but it's not moving 5 feet yet.
I'm picking up my 2d8, and Telperion is holding 2d8 in his hand, and he's shaking them at the road.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I got dice in my hand.
Oh.
What
You want a boom?
can it do? Can it give
Telperion says
itself
you want a boom.
Is it a
advantage
boom
on
or is it a
anything?
doom?
I'm so scared of anyone getting contacted. If no one gets contacted, this is a win con for us. It's like it's a mini game.
Yeah.
It's going to risk it. It's moving 5 feet away from you.
I rolled 2 6s, 12.
And now swing. Get him.
So as soon as it leaves, it stumbles to its feet for a moment as the electricity around it just concussively detonates. For how much damage there?
12.
Ooh,
Okay.
good rolls.
And then
I'm
do
very
you
Thunder and
swing
Lightning
an
over
attack
here.
of opportunity as it leaves you or not?
I got a question. How bad is he looking? I gotta know.
With that, the way the electricity sent him to his knees momentarily, you think he's in the bloodied condition.
I can use it then.
Okay. Then he
I
will
gotta keep
move.
I just am scared about the scribe doing something.
He will run out of line of sight and immediately break line of sight. Bonus action hide. Which will successfully hide from you. And then you're not sure where he goes. That will be his turn. Project Insidium. Will crouch and with a beat of his wings leap up into the air and fall here, directly on top of part of the glass guard as well as Toby Rama. I need creatures in that area to make a dex save.
The Deadeye had nothing magical on him, right?
Correct. Other than his dread iron arrows and daggers, but those don't even illuminate for you exactly. They're a
We've had
consequence
enough.
of a magic transmutation process, but they're not overtly magical per se. $14 for you. I need to roll for the glass guard.
No.
Ooh, that one for them. But being a squad of more than one individual, they're immune to prone. Toby Rama with a 14, you are knocked to the ground and take the bludgeoning damage. Did it roll the bludgeoning damage when I did that? No, it did not. You take 9 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. This creature now standing over you.
We're facing our own demons right now.
And it's going to
Everyone's
make
afraid of us.
It's gonna make it reach up its stinger and try and stick you, Toby. With advantage per prone.
I don't want to be poisoned. 19 is my
18 to hit?
AC.
Wow.
I do not have
so
my
you just
bow out.
roll. You roll just out of the way as its stinger just lodges itself in the stone right inches within your head. And it struggles for a minute to pull it out, but it does. And with rage, it just takes its axe and tries to swipe down at you as well.
19. That's definitely going to do it.
That'll do it. So 7 slashing damage, 4 necrotic damage as you have been injured by a dread iron weapon.
Can't heal, but I am resistant to necrotic, so yeah. What's worse?
There you go. And then it has to use some of its movement to no longer be occupying your space. So it will step to the side. It is the scribe's turn.
My form has not been prepared for this. We must adapt.
And it will use its chromatic organum. You see all the papers shed from its form and whirl around it, refitting into a different organization. And you see various texts glow in red. And you see a faint steam come off from it. This creature now glowing red.
You are a threat, as are you.
It will reach to Telperion and Roulette and send an arcane bolt at both of your ways as the first portions of its multi-attack. I don't think it has advantage or disadvantage on either use of 2 straight rolls. Telperion first. 24 to hit. For 22, not force damage, but fire damage. As the magic leaves this creature's form, the form of its reconfiguration is channeling fire magic purely now. So 22 fire damage to you, Telperion, and then second attack at Roulette. 20 to hit Roulette. Will that hit you, Roulette?
Resistance, shield.
You are muted.
You're muted.
Shit,
Oh,
fuck,
shit,
fuck.
I will, expecting force damage, I'll be like, haha, shield! It'll put me up to 23, so it won't hit, but
Okay.
I will undoubtedly be scared by the fire for a moment.
Yeah, you see fire coalesce around your shield magic, but you do prevent any damage from being taken. And then it will, again, cast Sending. It mutters an arcane enchantment under its breath, and you hear it begin to speak.
Thought I would use my first counter spell, but Telperion is gonna look at this thing, and I have talked to Critter about how I flavor some of Telperion psionics. I don't think they're like obvious to the layperson, but like from an adventurer standpoint, and like I think people who are attuned to certain things would see this happen. There's like this like coalescing of kind of like right at the base of his crown in the middle of his forehead. There's this coalescing of the psionic like light, and it just beams this thing in the face. It shoots right out of my forehead, and I cast counterspell on its thing.
As you do so, you hear all of its thoughts at once, and it almost numbs your mind. Too much knowledge hidden in this creature's mind, but you disrupt it. You fracture the infinite patterns within its mind, and you cast that at a default level 3, and it suffocates his level 3 sending spell.
No, the Duchess must be made aware.
And it will hover. It will fly 60 feet this way above the chasm.
Still hovering like a decent bit above the normal ground, right?
Yeah, still 40-foot elevation, very close to this space's ceilings.
I'm so screwed in this fight. I can't use my great sword to get these guys.
It is
Really, I
top
actually
of
wish I had-
initiative. So here you
Um,
can make a change if you would like.
Elites, form up closer, and I'm gonna shout that into the void, hoping Telperion thinks to not even move them, but bring them above initiative count 20. By bringing them
they're
below
still
him.
below?
They're at 18. So if you bring them below you, maybe that
That snaps
counts
them
as-
to initiative count 22. Yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Layer action initiative count 20 will now be after the Glass Guard elites. Jiri, it is your turn. You're hearing the arrival of invisible creatures batting their wings and cackling with delight at a chase. And they have surrounded you to some degree. One directly to your left, one directly behind you, with two more approaching.
So there's two around me. Okay, do I know what these things are? Have I seen them yet?
You have not seen them. They are invisible creatures. Go ahead and make a general history check.
Oh, Jiri's got this.
Really just a default intelligence check.
Yeah, typical.
Yeah, you're not sure what
The
these
wolves,
creatures
they're
may be.
back.
Alright. I gotta handle these things, so I am going to cast Puffy Armor on myself.
Okay.
Give myself some temp HP, and then as a bonus action, I am going to drink a potion of greater healing.
Okay. Lots of temps, a couple actual heals. Go ahead and roll your 44 plus 4.
What?
10 health back, and then
Yeah,
20,
all of the
25
D4
temps.
options.
Yeah, that's funny. All right,
that's
so
so
that's
good.
action and bonus action.
Yep, and then Shaggy's bonus action will be to take the dodge.
Dodge. Okay.
I'll just stand my ground and
Okay.
beckon these things to come get me.
Roulette, it will be you next.
It certainly will. I know the animation stuff is still there, but what is the current state of the magic affecting the Dragonborn? Like, I know the arcane sigils are out. Are the
Yeah.
lightning bolts still floating there from the clouds?
No, and you wouldn't
Okay.
be able to see those anyway, but I can't really
Oh.
delete them from the map right now.
Okay.
It's not letting me. But the only thing you do see is you saw the presence of visual magic being dispelled, and yet there is higher level magic still keeping that individual bound to that location, his arms outstretched.
Okay.
Wait, can I yell something? As
Sure,
like after
sure.
a spell, can I just scream, "We have to kill the scribe before it contacts Moira"? And I just want everyone to know that's a top priority because I'm not in a position to do much about it anymore. And I don't know if that affects.
Critter, this is a jump, right?
Yes, quite a jump. That's about a 15-foot elevation from quote unquote ground level. And for you, you can run over there.
Oh
But
no,
yeah.
sorry. That's for Daisy.
Oh yes, but Daisy might be able to make that jump. She would need probably a long jump / athletics check if it came to that. But yeah, it's a jump.
This area right here is this is ground like that, or is this pit?
No, pitch black chasm beneath.
And just making sure.
Although there are like pipes and metal frames within that space as well that in theory one could try and hang on to if you needed.
I really just want to get Daisy over there. That would be an athletics check if she wanted to like make that jump.
It would. Yep.
You risk the abyss.
Potentially. What's Daisy's typical strength?
Her strength is +2.
14.
Yeah, so her strength is 14.
When you make a long jump,
Oh, 10 feet of a running start.
10 feet of running start,
Equal to your strength
She should
score.
be able to get 24 feet, right?
equal to your strength score.
Which this is 15, 14.
Oh, I thought it was double. Oh, at the end.
But she's also leaping from an elevation, so her horizontal movement would continue. So it would just be it's enough of a difficulty that I'm actually it would be an acrobatics check to see if she lands prone or not. But you think she can make that jump?
Like she can make that safely. She's not going to fall in the pit, but she might be on the ground when she's
Correct.
there. Okay,
Correct.
sure. I will. Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go up 2 over 1, just for shits. I'm gonna go there. Bonus action. I'm gonna command Daisy to. Daisy, leave the sleeper guy alone. He's fine. He's not hurting us anymore. And I'm gonna have Daisy just make a running, movie jump leap over to here.
This low roll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have her attempt to make that jump.
Okay. Yeah, with a 10-foot running start, you can jump safely at least 14 feet. Plus a little extra for the elevation change. Yeah, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, not athletics.
Correct.
1d20 plus 1.
Okay.
Love.
She just lands. You see her land on the railing of this thing and then like wobble a bit, but she does keep her balance and she's standing on the railing of those stairs.
That makes it even more brave.
She is going to then take a swing.
She does have advantage per flanking.
And it's plus 9 to hit. I don't know why I don't have the button for this. I'm gonna do 2 d20 plus 9. 27 to hit.
That will hit.
Go Daisy.
And then we're going to make this sure, 1d8 plus 5. This thing hasn't really been hit at all, or it's been hit.
In Project Insidium has been poked by a couple pikes of the Glassguard elites.
So we don't know yet if it's a resistance to magical weapons or just a resistance to normal weapon damage yet.
MK, have you been hit at all or no?
Yes, I have been hit.
Do you want hit points?
I cannot. I am doing okay.
Okay, I'll save it. I will just do that much damage. Love a 6. 11 force damage on the
Okay.
Big Mamma Jamma.
Force is better.
You do see it take the full brunt of that damage.
And
But it's a beefy boy, and it looks like it's barely been damaged.
Can I have Daisy just like step down off the railing?
I'm gonna say Daisy has no available movement left.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to have Daisy just like crouch and really hold on to the railing so she doesn't fall
Understood.
off. While I was nervous mama watching that, I am going to just Gandalf spin the staff, and I'm going to turn around and just do a fireball at the floating group of pages.
I love that move that you did.
I will do it 20 feet in this direction, just on the off chance that I catch the Deadeye who I have lost sight of, to see if he's over there.
You have lost sight of them, but I will keep that in mind. And I will make a roll. Expending 3 more charges from the staff.
Oh, wait, can I pause really quick?
Yeah.
I noticed this thing hit me with fire. As I'm looking at the thing, do I have any instinct to say, like, has this thing changed to, like, a fire elemental that will absorb my fireball now?
Make an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Love it. Is it control or shift? I forget.
We never got a book on devils, did we?
A book on devils? Not specifically.
I think I'm just remembering it from a different D&D campaign.
It sounds like that's a thought that creeps into Roulette's brain, but you're not sure.
13.
You have
Okay.
the resistance charge, though.
No, it's not
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
more.
Yeah, it is. It overcomes
What?
resistance. if you spend. An
I'm
extra
remembering it
charge.
correctly now because
It's not. It's not about radiant. It's about that.
Yeah. So you put 1 extra charge in. So if you want to use 4, you can make sure nothing resists the fire of that fireball.
I will not do that. I
Is
will
Roulette a
spend.
betting woman?
Huh?
I said, is Roulette a betting woman?
She has a gambling addiction. I will spend 3 charges to cast Fireball on the right proximity of the
Okay.
floating pages.
Yes.
Wow.
Will somewhat injure a hidden creature, but you
Wow.
don't see where.
Well done.
Nice.
So it will take half the damage, as its evasion will still protect it somewhat.
You are
Nice
rolling
roll,
good.
Sven.
36 fire
Oh.
damage.
However, as your bolt of fireball washes toward the scribe, it just looks down at it, and you see that shimmering, all of its red glow. The fire just parts around its form harmlessly. And now I will throw out the function of chromatic organum. You know that it not only gained immunity to fire, it changed all of its damage type to fire.
Would my charge have overcome immunity? I don't think it would have,
No,
right?
I don't
It would not have.
So well
Nice
done.
boy.
Well done.
Very well done.
And you have
Oh, I see
one.
Fireball.
Do you have 1 charge left of the staff at this time?
Two fireballs is 6 out of 10.
Oh, it has 10. Got it. I was wondering if it had 7. So
Four.
gotcha. You have 4
I have
left.
4 left.
Perfect.
Action, bonus action, some movement. I will stay where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your audio is starting to flicker a little bit, just like a staticky. It's the first time it's started doing that. So, Toby, you are up next.
I am prone. What does that mean for me? As I am on the ground reeling.
And dodging the creature's attacks. I guess it did clip you with its dread iron axe, but it
And
missed
I've
you with its
seen
stinger.
dread iron,
And you just
so-
see poison
Yeah.
dripping out of that stinger.
I've seen Dread
And you are no
iron
longer
enough.
under the protection of Hero's Feast either.
I know not to try to heal myself. Is Bane better? Con, it's probably got a good con. Quickly doing the mental calculations, I expect its charisma to be worse than its constitution. I'm going to cast Bane on it at first level.
On which the Insidium?
Yes, because I heard Telperion shout, and I look at this, and I know that it's higher than me, and I know that my Dispel magic would fall short of this thing if I tried to target it.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I will arise to my feet.
Unless you get closer.
Right. I will spend half my movement to stand up and cast Bane on Insidium. If I... Oh. The arrows being dumb, I was thinking, could I move closer and get it? But apparently that's the same amount of distance, that's fine. I will
Roll20's
just-
distance measuring is
yeah.
terrible.
I will just target the Insidium. And I'll start with that.
Okay. It will make a save.
Charisma. Do I feel that the medallion is humming vibrantly or anything like that?
You do not.
Okay.
It is in its
It has a good charisma
dormant
save.
state.
That's crazy. It succeeds. Interesting. That is fine. I will then move 15 feet. 1, 2, 3.
I think we haven't found that out yet.
And see if it tries to swing at me as I run away.
Oh, yeah. As you leave its space, it absolutely will try. Yeah. So it'll try and make a stinger attack at you.
Dude, you can't counterspell anymore, can you? Dude. It's like, it was like, if we don't kill it before it does it, it's like it was for nothing that we used both their counterspells.
That will miss on my 19 AC.
Don't know what to tell ya.
Bonus action can be used for what? Basically, potions. Thinking Toby fumbles around. Does he grab anything out? No. That's my turn.
He's 40 feet in the air still.
Yep. Telperion, you are up.
Dude, I can only go through. I'm just in trouble. I can't do very much right now. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you can dash to start getting closer to this demon with us.
The demons doesn't matter. This guy's the only thing. Like, I don't care about the demon. We gotta get this guy before he contacts Moira.
We don't even know how much health he has left, too, so I don't know.
Even if,
I don't know if you
like,
can take him out.
Don't bother with fire.
Okay, crit. I'm gonna. If I move 30. Oh, fuck.
Is that dumb? Fuck.
All right. I think I will burn another side eye because I need to be in the fray. Or I could get Kiramar and just action search. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna move 30 and go to that first point. What do I see once I'm here, crit?
As you move, you're flying.
I probably, yeah. No, I'm gonna just walk it. Where this is the trouble because oh, thank you. That's great. I walked 30 there. And with my bonus action, I will ignite Kiramar.
Okay. Ignited. You see the creature hovering up and just to the distance you see there.
Okay. And get in 30 feet more.
You're gonna dash?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go. So I get here.
Sure. Yep.
And I'm keeping an eye out for the Deadeye, but I have to use an action to like search for him, wouldn't I?
You would have to use, otherwise your passive perception is ruling, and his stealth check exceeded your passive. So yes.
And how far is the scribe from me now? He is 30 feet.
Direct line of sight, 50 feet up into the distance. 3, 4, 5 right triangle.
Okay. And that's action, that's bonus action, that's movement. Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Glassguard elites will go. You had yelled that we got to take down the scribe before it contacts Moira.
Yeah.
Is that true? You heard the tactician. Move out. And they will, seeing Project Insidium having already used its reaction, they'll seize an opportunity to run around, strafing here, getting as far as they can, and they will use the second of their 2 javelin launches per combat they can use. And the scribe will need to make a dex save, which it will fail.
What were the 2 Skull Lords' names, MK? Demir.
Demir is who Jiri is, and the other one I don't remember.
Got it. Our friend was
Kartosh.
Jay. Kartosh.
The scribe will take some damage as you see a volley of javelins pierce through and tear from its form some pieces of parchment and spell scroll. But that will be their turn.
Was Mez Tool the other one?
That's correct.
Can I say something, but like kind of as my turn was passing?
Sure.
Just like yell to the scribe. And I'll say, when you contact Moira, ask if Mez Tool has backstabbed her yet too.
Interesting. Go ahead and make a general charisma check. General charisma check.
Here it comes.
I have an inspiration, and I need it for the king, but she can't tell the king we're here. It'll fuck it up so bad. I rolled a 6, minus 1 is 5.
Okay. It doesn't even seem to pay much heed to your voice calling out. Initiative count 18. The rest of the invisible creatures will close the distance to Jiri. And then all 4 of them will make attacks at Jiri.
Yeah, rip. This might be it.
You're underneath too, right?
Yeah,
He's
so I'm
just-
like falling to my death.
No, he's just.
Well, no,
oh,
because
You are
you-
on Shaggy, so you could fall unconscious onto Shaggy.
I didn't realize you were underneath what we see on the map.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
As are these flying invisible creatures. Which, as they
Probably should-
start stinging you, or attempting to, they reveal themselves to be just a bunch of little imps.
How would I assume?
All of their sting attacks made against you with advantage. All right, number 1, number 2,
Miss.
number 3,
Miss.
4.
Only one?
Okay, hold on a second. The
16, 15,
24.
24, and otherwise 16 is not going to do it, so the 24 is the only opportunity.
Do you have a +5 proficiency bonus? Hold on a second here. I will use my reaction to use my forearm bracers for the one attack. That's a 24 to make my IC 25.
Okay, so this onslaught, we'll flavor it as if the forearms are catching and blocking all 4 of these tail stinger attacks. And one of them gets dangerously close to your neck, and you know it could have punctured part of the puffy armor, but you're hanging in there. None of those attacks making purchase on you, but they just cackle in delight, and they're so excited to latch onto you, and they have you fully surrounded at this point. But that is their turn. And obviously, they are not any longer in control of a bright beam of sunblast from that Golden Dragonborn individual. That magic has been removed. Telperion. Initiative count 17. You hear the footstep just too late.
Honestly, I'm just like,
20 to hit as the Deadeye makes an attack from behind.
My AC is 20. I don't really want to. I mean, we can heal from damage, right? Oh, this is the special kind of damage I don't want to take.
Damage that we don't want to take.
Yeah,
prevent you from
I
healing.
will use. Oh,
It's only
fuck.
11 damage. I don't know if that matters.
It doesn't matter.
This is just the damage of the dagger, not the sneak attack it is benefiting from. So just to make it more tantalizing, I'll go ahead and roll that real quick.
I just wish I had my shield spell, my shield staff, because I don't have my. I will use a spell slot to cast shield
Okay.
to get to
You
25.
you have the spell shield
I
prepared
do.
in your
Yeah, I
wizard
do.
book.
I got it for this.
Okay. Okay. Buffing
With
your
exact
AC
case where I
to
didn't have my staff on me, but yeah, it gets me to 25.
that gets you to 25.
And now I know where he is, right?
Yeah, he has revealed himself. He's
Yeah.
invisible right behind you, and you
Oh, wait, can I wait,
almost yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So the dagger comes in, and
it's handheld. It's not thrown. He's trying to stab you with it.
Telperion just like real quick like pulls his arms in and just poof, this like bubble shield just like moves around him and like pushes this guy back a little bit.
You
That was
almost
kinda-
passively received a sensation of eagerness. You didn't read his thoughts, but psionically you picked up on something just in time to get this guy's intention behind you. So then you use that shield, and he will make his second attack, not with advantage.
Don't be-
Still really close, but your shield blocks both dagger attacks, and then he just and then he bonus action disengages. Oh, he can only go 40. That's his turn. Insidium, the Infernal Simic's turn. What does he want to do?
He maybe only had 2 sendings.
Oh, that's a meaningful thing to think about.
I don't know. Crit knows.
Third level spell.
Spells per day.
Does he have 3 per day? Does he have 2 per day?
Insidium, the
Specific
Infernal Simic,
spells per day.
will use its first attack to bypass his attack, just swatting at Daisy with his Dread Iron Axe
No.
in an attempt to shove her into the chasm. That will be at his athletics or strength, because he's not skilled in athletics, versus her, either acrobatics or athletics, your
He's
choice.
muted. Oh, Ian.
She will use her athletics, which is +7, I believe.
Go Daisy.
Oh, very nice.
You got this, girl.
It's +2 plus PB, which has recently gone
Wow.
up.
And it's not rolling from my guy's sheet, so I'll roll it personally here. He only has a +6 modifier.
Well, I hope he rolls a 2. Oh! Oh! Wait a second. Hold on. I need to make sure of something really quick. Because
You can't
he-
get rid-
It's an ability check.
I know that. Which way does the DC go for this? Tie goes to the who.
He's
He is setting the DC. So if she meets it,
You have to
she
meet it.
beats it. You have to at least meet it.
So it worked.
If I'm doing my math correctly, I am within 30 feet of my baby. And I will
Indeed.
use one flash of genius to be like, "You got 2 more arms, girl!" And I'll have her just use her other 2 arms instead of grappling to grab the railing to give her +4 to make it a 14.
That's what
And she will avoid being swiped off the edge as this creature just moves a space forward. He was intending just to swat her out of the way, but so he doesn't even realize that he didn't succeed there. He reaches back his stinger to try and attack Toby Rama.
And for that attack, I will give him disadvantage as I will use a reaction to then use my leg to poke him.
Okay.
thank you.
I felt like it rolled so many dice.
Miss.
16 is not going to do it on Toby. So then it will use its bonus action to winged leap away, landing here on the Dread Iron, or not the Dread Iron, but the Glass Guard Elites.
And as he leaves, she
That
will use
does not
her.
provoke opportunity attacks. The winged leap does not.
She will not do anything.
Okay. They need to succeed on a dex save.
Ben, you might want to switch your audio back to whatever you were doing before.
It is crackling a little bit.
Or just go to the
You just
Discord
even-
settings and just click something and then click it back, because sometimes it just needs a little refresh.
The Glass Guard elites will take a little bludgeoning damage, but avoid most of the brunt of its
They're also
landing. 'cause
resistant to
they're
it.
not
I don't know if that
knocking
quarters it.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I will do my best. Let me know if it's still staticky.
That got way
That's
better.
great
No.
now. Yep. It is the scribe's turn.
I did have something I could have done here, and I'm annoyed that I didn't think of it on my turn. So
Same.
We've been there, buddy. We
I
feel
had
you.
something last
Oh.
turn as well.
Formidable foes. Very well.
It will fly 60 feet in this direction.
Towards my sword. Oh.
And it will use its multi-attack. You see its form dim from the red glow to how it looked before. That effect dismissing from itself.
Jiri is
But then it
under the
casts-
floor if that matters to you.
Correct.
Okay.
He's got
He
his
will
range
target-
attack.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he will send 2 arcane bolts at Roulette. And then something else at Telperion.
Doing your idle animation.
Telperian's going like this.
16 I don't think will do it right, but 22 should hit.
16 does not. 22 will hit. And he hits me in the back of the head because I am looking at my baby.
You take 24 force damage, and you're not
You?
concentrating on anything, are you?
No, I have not cast this, but Fireball is the only thing I've cast.
After sending 2 arcane bolts of energy at Roulette, next it looks over to Telperion, and it holds up a single hand, which glows green, and it like chokes down the magic into a finely condensed point.
Oh God.
Disintegrate. Jesus.
I need you to please make a dexterity saving throw, Telperion.
Oh my God.
I'm
small voice in
gonna
your head
ask
goes,
questions because I'm feeling desperate. 90 feet is chill, I assume, for that.
A small voice in Telperion's head goes, at least he doesn't have sending.
I roll
You
17.
know, it basically was going to do that on Telperion, so you're right. It can't have gone as far as it
I guess
wanted.
as it moved, I guess it could have done
Yeah,
that.
it will only have done that far. Yeah.
When I Indomitable, do I get to know if it fails or not? I rolled a 17, which I feel pretty good about. So I think
adjusted
Indomitable I get to do it
rules.
after I know.
don't remember what's different between 2024
I'll
and
look it up.
previous.
Don't worry about it. I got it. But don't I rolled 17. And I'm not gonna use it yet or now, so if it's an after the fact decision, I'll use it maybe after the fact. Yeah, you can
As-
re-roll the saving throw that you fail.
You
17.
see that you were not quick enough to dodge it. You may need to consider using Indomitable.
I mean, because what, you rolled a 15 or something? Like, what are the odds you roll higher than that?
I rolled a 16. Yeah, I have a +1, so
like,
I think I just eat the damage. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I mean, I insta
man.
die
I hate how
if I.
fucking spread out this map is.
I know it's been horrible. I insta die if it like does all my, if I die right all the way.
That is correct.
I don't think I should see the damage. Oh,
What
Oh.
the fuck?
Telperion, what were your hit points at?
100 and something.
Okay.
101.
You do fail the save, and you are not quick enough to dodge out of the way. You take 77 points of force damage.
But you have.
This is why I'm glad I shielded on those.
And you can
Yeah.
heal.
You just feel your essence being wisped away. You feel flecks of skin fall off. You see even part of your mithril armor rust in places as you are slammed by the brunt of this spell.
Fucking fuck. But if we're being optimistic, that was his strongest spell.
And he does continue his movement after having cast
Right,
that spell,
right.
and you will see him once again use a bonus action to reorganize his form. He's very nervous about the fact of fire damage, so he once again chooses to gain immunity to it.
You must get a weakness with that too.
It is top of initiative. Telperion, you can make a tactician change, and then it will be Jiri's turn.
It's Jiri. I want to put. Can I? Hey Jiri, I want to do something weird. I kind of want to pull you towards me so Toby can go before you. Do you want that,
Why
or
don't you
do you
just
want
put
to do?
Toby? If you're gonna do that, why don't you just put?
He can't move.
No, I'd rather go
me
after Toby so he
somewhere.
can heal me.
You'd rather go after Toby?
No, I'd rather go before Toby.
Okay.
If Toby's willing to heal me next turn.
Yeah, keep him before Toby because I'm assuming he's going to try and get out. So
Yes.
I'm not going to touch anything then. But yeah, I'll leave it.
Okay, Jiri, it is your turn. 4 imps have lost their invisibility and are eagerly trying to claw and sting their way toward your vitals.
And I think maybe if you change elevation and then run, they should lose their flanking maybe, so they're not all getting advantage. I don't know, you know.
Opportunity attacks are provoked before the movement technically takes place.
Oh, I thought it was a
I think
result of the
Disengage.
movement. Okay, gotcha.
Because if you
can't
think
bonus
about it with a
action
sword, you
disengage.
can't attack with a sword 10 feet away. So it does take place while they're in the space you have the reach of.
Question is, do I use mirror image or do I just dodge as my bonus action?
They had
Dodge
plus
bonus
5
action.
to
What do you need
hit.
that for?
They had plus 5 to hit. Like, dodge is gonna, I think, you know, fingers crossed. You've been getting some bad rolls, so hopefully you get rewarded. But
I also am
Yeah,
hoping
but-
we short rest before Zavar though. So like, if you want to use a spell.
No, mirror image would come from my key because I have 2 key now.
oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
That's meaningful.
Oh, that's so good.
It just might be better. I just don't know which one mathematically would be
Is
better.
mirror image a spell as your action though?
No, mirror image would be a reaction, which would be nice because I'd still have my bonus action. Then I couldn't dodge as my bonus action.
Dodge is cool because it
You could do
lasts
both.
for a whole round of combat, and mirror image.
Mirror
might
image
get
would
eaten
last.
up by these attacks that happen.
Yeah, believe I just took a disintegrate to the face.
Yeah. Give me one second.
I gotta write that in my journal. Disintegrate hurts.
Meaningfully,
I'll just dodge. I'll just dodge because I can always mirror image next turn if I need to. So I'll dodge as my bonus action. Shaggy will use. I don't know. Let's see. How much movement do you think it would be to get back up to this guy over here?
Let's say 15, 30, 45, like 80 to
he's
sweep
gonna-
up and around.
I think now he's
So-
going a different way to contact her because that's what he said, right? He said she has to be contacted after I counterspelled him.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Um,
was frustration that she must be alerted. Yes.
Sorry, Tim.
Shaggy and I will both bonus action dodge. Me using a key, Shaggy using his action to dodge.
Okay.
And we will fly out from the imps. I'll let that happen first.
Yes, they will all take attacks of opportunity, all of which have disadvantage. But they're going to target Shaggy.
God. At least he dodged.
but
yeah,
he,
he does.
has
so
puffy armor on him as well, which is good.
He
Holy
does have
shit.
as well.
He does.
He would have had
Also-
mirror image on him as well, which would have been nice.
It's
Yeah,
almost
actually,
isn't it
yeah,
good if
I
they-
didn't think about that, but
I wonder if they're immune to fire.
I thought about that too.
No,
They
imps
are.
aren't
Or
immune to
attacks-
anything. They're just
It
imps.
does steam damage though. They can't be immune to steam.
1, 2,
These
Jeez.
assholes.
3, 4.
Did he eat the feast too?
9 is obviously going to miss. And no, Shaggy's not able to benefit from that. But 9, 16 to 16 hit Shaggy. I'm thinking probably.
Yeah, Shaggy's got like a 13 AC.
Okay. So it looks like 3 of their stings will hit Shaggy. I need
He's got a
Shaggy.
12 AC.
I need Shaggy to make 3 Constitution saves.
Hold on. Doesn't puffy armor go off first before?
Yes, absolutely. And you do see the steam with its heat does wash over the imps without any
Imps
effect.
have
and
immunity to
are-
fire as those low
They
little
do.
bitches.
Yep,
That's
they are
insane.
infernal creatures that get immunity, not just to fire, but poison as well.
That's so.
So yes, the steam armor will unfortunately, at least Shaggy's, will not injure them, and they do tear into Shaggy's puffy armor, but not yours.
So the
but I
poison, if the poison still goes through.
Depending on
potentially,
con.
I need Shaggy to make 3 con saves.
Got it. Okay.
DC 11, not bad.
All right. 3 con saves. Here's the first one.
Fuck.
Here's the second
So
one.
19 total on the
Oh.
first, only 4 piercing damage on the second, so 23 total,
Son of a-
and then
Shag,
another
go
fail
Shag.
for another 13. So I
Wait.
lost my place there a little bit, but
I can't use the thing that Roulette gave us on Shaggy. Shaggy doesn't have one, and I can't use it on somebody else.
oh, Clockwork Amulet.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
self.
Is
Sadly.
it self?
Go Shaggy.
So that's
Is he-
13, 4, and 19 for 36 total damage to Shaggy. Obviously, 25 of that is
Okay,
removed
okay,
or
okay.
reduced, but it will carry over for the additional
I
9
was
damage.
worried about like 50 or something.
Additional
I didn't remember what
9?
his health was.
Yes.
That's a good use of that spell, though.
And you still have
Alright.
your.
So mine.
That used your bonus action, Shaggy's action, and some of Shaggy's movement so far. But you still have more movement to get to where you wanted, and you still have your action left.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to
I
here.
gotta lay into this guy.
And how high is this guy off the ground?
He is 40 feet roughly, but that can be
40.
have accounted for in your trajectory.
And then I'm gonna attack him at range. I'm not gonna get within 5 feet of him, and I'm
Okay.
going to smack him
Okay.
twice.
Using your Edge of Arc Flash and its ranged whip-like capability. Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll.
Aim for a crit.
Dude, I have way too many fucking 30 feet features, and it's, brutal.
That's literally the only thing I'm thinking about right now is how to even get to this assassin without running. Or wait, I haven't used my action search yet.
Correct.
30 is absolutely a hit. So it looks like 11, 19 total damage.
19. Oh, more.
Before you roll your second,
Oh, fuck, you nerd.
he will burn his reaction to fold
Ooh.
space, immediately
Oh
teleporting
man,
Little bitch.
here.
fuck. That's where fuck. Oh, but
Right
here's-
center stage, next to those 3 large floating grimoire tomes. But so, Jiri, your first attack successful. Your second one is in jeopardy right now.
I guess you can't
Yeah, I have no
swap
way to get to him.
Air burst.
How far does that Can
No.
you send out a lightning thing?
No, that was my old sword.
Oh,
Yeah, I believe it has changed functionalities enough where that's no longer a capability of it.
Am I close
However-
enough to you to get healing?
No.
Shit. Alright, I'm gonna probably pop off. How close to the ground can Shaggy get?
He has used 80 feet of movement to get to that space 40 feet in the air. So with 10 feet of movement left for him,
Yeah.
he can be 30 feet above the ground. Or by coasting over a little bit, you could get 10 feet above this upper platform since it's a little bit closer to you.
Yeah, I will get there, and then I'll hop off Shaggy. Object interaction to roll him up and put him on my back.
I'm gonna say object interaction's fine to loose him from that form, but not to fully bundle him up.
Okay. And I will use Jiri's movement to get closer to Toby.
Okay, let me try and yeah, perfect. So you will hop off
Yeah.
Shaggy. Shaggy kind of deposits you there. Use half your movement to dismount and start running toward Toby. Got it.
And then I'm gonna say Shaggy down, and then Shaggy's gonna pretend to be an actual carpet lying on the ground.
Okay, perfect.
And I can move like maybe that was 10, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 more?
No, you have to use half your movement to dismount.
Oh shit. Yep, you're right. Like there then?
So
10?
15. Yep, that's fair game.
But you have 40, so you can move 20.
Oh yeah, you're
Or is
mobile.
20?
Yeah, that's true.
20. I'll get
Yeah,
there.
You're good. Perfect. 5, 10, 15,
And
20.
that's it.
Perfect. As you start running that direction, you just see the Dragonborn's head just like tilt and eye you out the corner of his
Why
eye.
the fuck does he give a shit? He's being imprisoned, that nerd. Okay.
It is Roulette's turn next.
You got it.
Dude, this is...
I really need a fucking protractor on this thing. Okay, I
It's the most
am going.
like warm up to a battle statement I've ever heard.
Do you want me to hold a measurement for you?
No, well, so right where so 2 south of Daisy. So I am going to start running towards Daisy, and I'm going to go over here. Bonus action. Yeah. Okay. Bonus action. I'm gonna give Daisy a high 20 as she hits one hand with all 4 of her arms as she runs by. And she's going. She has, I think, 40 feet of movement. I know she has 40 feet of movement. She has 40 feet of movement. She's gonna get down here.
Okay.
And she's just gonna keep poking at this big bad.
Flanking is available there. Go ahead and roll
So
with advantage.
she is going to roll 2d20 plus. Actually, nope, she has advantage, so don't waste the amulet on this. I think it's +8. I just want to confirm really quick.
It was plus
I
9
forget
on
if
the
it's
last one.
Dude, I'm so happy I shielded.
+9. Yes, +9. +9.
How can we dust right now if I hadn't shielded?
18 to hit.
18 to hit. The Infernal Simic will hit.
This is
Hey,
Beast.
love that. I think
She's-
maybe this will work. Nope, that didn't go through.
It had a good
roll
charisma
1d8
save, but so
plus-
lame.
1d8 plus 5, I think. I'm just making sure really quick. Sorry. 1d8 plus 5.
Thinking back, Toby, you guys have fought a Chain Devil before, and this appears to be an
Kind of
experimented on
made
Chain
that.
Devil.
Yeah.
So that is its foundation plus Wyvern features. Which is weird. You've never seen a creature like this in all of your life. This mutation creature.
Moira
of
be
fiendish
experimenting.
poison. Oh, she be experimenting. 13 damage.
I will
Force.
pump an additional 2d6 of force into that as I use my
Okay.
first arcane jolt today.
Nice.
You see,
Take
that is the first wound it takes that seems to bother it.
21 force damage total.
It's been hit with
she's-
various sources of damage, but that one was a meaningful blow.
And
Wait,
then
can I see them?
Yeah.
Can I just put a thought? Oh, can I yell something? Oh, I'll wait for my turn. That's okay. Sorry.
I will take out my Vortex Warbler, and I am going to, for the first time, upcast Vortex Warp
To increase the range.
because when I upcast Vortex Warp, it gives me a range of 120 feet.
Wow.
Fuck.
Just say
So
Fuck.
I am going to cast Vortex Warp on the Walking Book.
in order to, in your hope, pull him toward you.
To vortex warp him somewhere else. Vortex warp them somewhere else.
Yep. Okay.
What is
All right.
it
What
is-
save does it need to make?
This is
It is
inspo
a-
worthy. This is inspo worthy, I think.
Hold on, I need to confirm this because we looked at this last time. I believe it's a 19 because my DC says 20, but I have 2 things that give me +1 equipped, +1, so it's 19 is the DC. I'm gonna confirm that in 2 seconds, really quick.
This is the biggest game of keep away we've ever played.
Just a reminder
Um,
that you cannot use 2 arcane focuses
Correct.
at the same time, but using the +2 from the staff being the bigger one, right? Doesn't that wouldn't that
staff
boost
is a
it
plus
more?
2.
Then I mean I have the staff in my hand, in my other.
You know,
hand.
your Vortex Warbler can be part of the flavor of it, but you can be channeling the magic through the arcane focus of the staff.
Oh,
That's
I didn't
fine.
realize it was a +2. So yes, it is. So it's a 19 instead of the 18. 18 with the ring, 19 with the staff. So-
Damage. Good luck.
19, and it is I believe a dexterity saving throw.
It will have advantage, but we'll see what happens here. Dex, you said? Can you confirm that for me?
Sorry, Constitution saving
That
throw.
is because I forgot to roll for advantage against the fireball. But Constitution, you say?
DM mercy.
Constitution saving throw.
At advantage.
I'm so clenched. I am so
I have
tense.
no
I need
resistance to support this.
With advantage, it is not a Constitution enhanced being. Where do you
Incredible.
move that creature?
to.
I'm like
Incredible.
I'm still spinning the staff from like 3 turns ago, and I go, Delperion, happy birthday! And I am going to place him directly in front of Telperion,
Can do that.
right over here. No, other side, towards the guy. Yeah. Try using
Not-
that sword, big guy.
Not folding space of his own volition, but being warped through space nonetheless, Telperion, the creature arrives next to you in a flutter of papers and parchment.
Is he fiery?
You see the red runes and glow indicating immunity to fire.
I say, oh, and I thought we'd said goodbye.
Action, bonus action, movement, end of turn.
Pleasantries are not required.
Oh my god, he's
Toby.
kind of like a robot.
It is
So
Toby
I
Rama's
can
turn.
Send that. Yeah, well, if I move first.
Also, just a quick question. I just to make for the map. So those imps are underneath, and Jiri is
Correct.
above 30 feet
Correct.
above the thing.
Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time catching up with him now.
This is the biggest map we've ever fought on. You guys have seen Toby use AoE healing before. It's not helpful here.
Worry about us healing right now. Well, I'm at 24, but we also have to. I mean, again, another challenge. We have to keep that Deadeye from leaving. So if
So-
I don't, I'm gonna try,
I
but
care
I
a
also
lot. I
have
care
this
a
guy.
lot less about the Deadeye than I do about the Devil.
True.
I can basically either heal Telperion for like a small amount, or I can basically fully heal Jiri. Regardless, being very frustrated by the separation of my allies, Toby knows we do best when we are together, and I'm going to start moving towards everyone by activating my bonus action wings to go. How does that work? Yeah, that works great. I'm going to start flying 60 feet. If I walked here, would I lose sight of Jiri? With the elevation?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I have to fly. So I will use my wings for the day, which is a bummer, but that's okay. Let me mark it. I wanted there, which means I will go there.
Emanating magenta.
Still fairly
graying.
elevated. Oh, I didn't want to. Okay. 55 feet away from Jiri. I think this is the right move. And with a surge of silvery magic you guys have not seen out of Toby before. I'm looking at Jiri. Does he look more than bloodied, Tim? Are you less than half?
Jerry, yes,
Okay.
for sure.
I will cast heal
So
on
does
Jiri.
Shaggy, for that matter.
Casting the spell heal on
I-
Jiri.
the only other thing I could have done is given 3d8 plus 5 to Telperion, which I would rather wait till my next turn, fly closer, and try to heal him same way. This will give 75 hit points to Jiri.
Oh, snap. Almost at full health.
Oh, that didn't even... Okay, I'm glad I did that. I know Telperion is also in dire straits, and I'm booking it with everything I have towards him. And that's my
Okay.
turn.
Awesome.
Jerry's
So
very virile
You
now.
are up. The creature appearing behind you.
I drop my sliver and I bonus action second wind.
Okay.
Critter, at the end of my turn, I would have stowed the staff, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, sure.
I rolled a 10. Thank Christ. What's my level of fighter? 12? Okay, I heal 22. Oh my god.
13. You guys are level 13.
But
I-
he has a wizard level, so yes.
One wizard.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Fighter level. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
Don't forget
So-
you have the clockwork amulet.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. On my so I'm ready to attack this guy. He's looking fiery, you say.
Which we've read the text, but I don't know that we know the full extent of it. But
He's probably okay. I'm going to use my first attack to regular swing at him with just a sword swing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
I
side strike.
I need to see how many
Does
side
that
I
mean
have
12?
left.
Yeah,
What you said? Who said what?
nothing meaningful.
I don't need a side for this actually. Okay, regular attack. Nat 20.
Wow.
Dump it.
And I didn't. I didn't booming blade like I wanted, but okay. That doesn't feel bad. All right. So 2d12. Now that I got Cure Morale, where's my d12? Okay, so this is going to be 2d12 plus 5. I could add a side die if I wanted. I'm at 5, and I can get up to 6 for Zavar. I'm not going to side die yet. Okay. So 12 plus 4 is 16, plus 5 is 21. So 21 in the first swing.
As you learned earlier with Jiri's air bursts, it does resist force damage, but you cut into it. It's looking
Chill.
pretty weak. You shear from its form a collection of parchment and scraps that burn away into nothingness. And its green ethereal energy from within flickers and pulses, struggling
Second.
to keep its form. Yep.
Chill,
second
chill.
strike.
Second strike is a booming blade this time. So Telperion whirls around, brings this blade through, and then just brings it back through. This time, imparting a bunch of thunderous energy on
You
it.
see-
Oh god!
I'm gonna flavor this creature's AC as it's just like magically repelling things that are trying to get to it, but it's not dodging. It's not taking defensive maneuvers. It's just floating there in front of you, taking the brunt of your strikes. You have to push hard enough to get through its arcane resistance, but otherwise, it just seems almost unfazed, even in its almost now destroyed form. But go ahead and roll.
Yeah, exactly. It's just kind of like I'm just kind of swooshing through. Okay, and kind of like probably looking a little confused, but also determined. 25 on that one. 20.
Definitely hits.
All right. So that's the booming blade. All right. So a d12, and then I reroll the 1. I roll another 1. And then 2d8. Okay. So specifically, 6 damage is force, and then 10 is the thunder.
It does not resist thunder.
And then one more attack.
It looks near to falling apart.
15.
15
Yeah.
will not hit.
All right, so I action surge and I'm going to swing 3 more times.
Okay.
And also, yeah, this first one I'll do. Can I do a booming blade again? Because I think I can. Can it be stacked
Definitely.
on
In
with
place
2
of
booming
one
blades?
of the attacks, when you take the attack action on your turn, replace one of the attacks. That's interesting. I've never really thought about it.
You
I
can
think
cast
in
2
the past
fireballs if you action surge.
You can cast. So I just specifically don't know if the thunder damage can stack twice if it moves. I'll
Yeah.
do the booming
You
blade
cannot
anyway,
be under the effect of the same spell
Yeah.
more than once, but yes, you can cast another booming blade during your action surge.
which I do, and I get a 29.
Which you do, and you get a 29 to hit. Absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
The force is 10 force and 10 thunder.
As you strike through this creature's form, you see a detonation of green energy. And all of the parchment and paper and spell scrolls and compendium of lost knowledge and ancient forbidden secrets just flutters to the ground and begins to burn. From its form, a small translucent ethereal green mote, almost like a will-o'-the-wisp, hovers in front of you and speaks to you.
Mortal, I am bested, defeated, and my contract demands loyalty to the Duchess. But though I am subject to her authority, a single tenet of my being compels me, above all, to offer you what is most precious to me: the preservation of knowledge. My form is comprised of a vast quantity of arcane script and notation, mostly that which the Duchess herself wished to secure within my being. As my essence now drifts back to the hells, my form below will ignite, and much knowledge will be lost forever, unless you attempt to claim it as your own. You will have mere moments to search and decipher that which you find amidst my form. I will return someday, and will seek you out to the ends of all the planes to extract from you what I now relinquish.
And as that green energy fades, all of that conversation happening within a span of rapidly through your knowledge, you see this collection of scrolls and so much lore on the ground in front of you, and it's currently burning away. For the next 2 rounds only, a creature, any creature, and this can be done more than once, as many actions as possible, can use their action to try and search through the Lore Devil's form, and under threat of infernal, unknowable language and forbidden knowledge that could affect your mind, gain some values from searching its form. I'll clarify more if and when someone looks at that for the first time. This lasts only 2 rounds, and there are still other threats on the board that need resolving. But that space where the Lore Devil is, people can try and get there and learn from it. And I will, again, clarify what is available to learn when the first person gets
Don't
there.
tell Roulette.
At the moment, the first attack of your action surge has been used.
Alperian, did he say anything?
Get over here now is all I'll say. And I have 2 swingables, so I can use a swing to throw. Actually, I'll step forward. I will come back for this thing. I haven't used any movement yet, and I don't have a bonus action.
Why? Oh, you second
Do I have a bonus
winded.
action?
You second winded.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll step. Okay, I need applicable. Okay, so 5 feet, 5 feet, and now another 5. And another 5. Those 20 feet.
Yep.
And then now that I'm within 20, I'll throw the sliver a sliver at this guy. I guess I'll have to use my object interaction, because I would have had to drop my sliver to be great sword swinging.
Which someday the 2024 rules will ease our burden there.
I know.
But yes, for now you'll have to use your interaction to stow it or grab it, draw it, and hurl it. But you can go ahead.
Yeah. So I dropped Wax, but now I'm throwing Wayne, and I will throw it at the Deadeye.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and mark him as
Nat 20, actually.
very nice.
Can you size strike on a range?
That'll
I'm gonna
hit.
side strike on it because I really need to put him down.
To prone him would also be good. just
Fueled
to-
with psionic momentum, this ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll.
And I mean, he's looking really hurt, right? Because he's been getting chewed.
He has taken quite a bit of damage, yeah.
Well, actually, okay,
Even
yeah,
just
and
to make
he
him
has-
prone so he can't run away as well.
yeah.
And you
You're
see
right.
as he had disengaged, he is leaving a blood trail as he's running away. So yeah, he's pretty heavily bloodied.
So it's 2d6 for the crit, 2d10 for the side eye. So and it'll be +5 or +4, +4, 5 plus Moira's tax is +3. Yeah, it's +4. So +4 +4 plus. So it's +8 to this because of the psionic, and then 18 save from him.
Okay.
18 strength save.
Which I think we saw he was bad at, so that's good.
He was, and it's not coming through, so I'll roll it physically here.
18 plus 8 is 26. That's probably the best sliver throw I've ever had.
And he failed. If it's
And he failed.
18,
How do you kill the Deadeye?
Kelperion.
So Telperion is
Double
kind of
kill
like
round?
Telpirion's kind of pulsing with this psionic energy because he just after just having slayed the scribe, so he just has this like almost kind of this like aura right now, and he takes the sliver and he just slams it and it just punctures straight through the guy's chest and out the other
Well,
side.
From the back, as he's fleeing away from you, and it does just continue through him, and he just drops.
And there's just this
partially
trail
with
of
a
like
detonation of concussive force.
yeah, and there's this like after image blur of the psionic energy from the crescent like sliver, throwing. And I couldn't do another swing because I don't have any more object interaction, so I had to do it on that one. Oh my god, that's such a relief. And that's my turn. Oh, then I'll use 20 feet to go back to the and start prepping to search this thing.
Okay. Glassguard elites will brace in their
Oh.
current spot.
At the end of my turn, can I yell, elites, can you push him in the chasm? I don't think it can fly.
You heard the tactician. Reorient. Move.
And they will start
They have a
repositioning
good
themselves.
athletics, man.
They'll get here, actually. I want to check something real quick. I didn't use this earlier. Yeah, they'll use their brace for increased damage, and they'll make multi-attack with their pikes. They don't need to make athletics checks. Their pikes automatically, if they choose, can push targets 10 feet straight away from the squad if
If it is large or smaller. Oh!
They do not gain a benefit from flanking here,
Right.
but 3
But they have
attacks
a plus
coming in.
9. That's not bad. $19. Oh,
With only one of them connecting,
damn.
he will be pushed 10 feet, but it is not enough to oust him off the edge.
Well, they can move in.
They can move in, and they will. And he takes a bit of damage. He doesn't even look bloodied yet, though.
I want
That's their
Daisy
turn.
to like do a little robot cheer him on.
4 imps flutter and dash, chasing their prey. Moving over, and then up, dashing. And they're not even going to be able to get even to Shaggy. but they start making their way there with a dash. Deadeye is no longer on the board. It is Insidium's turn. I think once again he will just winged leap, landing on Daisy and the Glass Guard elites. I need a dex save from Daisy as well as the elites. DC is 16, I believe. Yep, so they succeed, take half damage. Daisy will fail and become knocked prone, as well as taking 4 bludgeoning. The Glass Guard elites took almost nothing from that. And then he will Stinger and Dreadiron Chain Blade the prone creature. So 2 attacks coming here at Daisy. That's a nat 20.
Oh, no.
Out of curiosity, this is heavily poison based. Is Daisy immune to poison?
Damage immunities, poison.
Okay, so none of the poison matters, but, and let me make sure this rolls. Yeah, that rolled correctly.
33 piercing.
33 piercing on that one. And then Dreadiron Chainblade coming in next.
Wow, I just kind of keep clicking, don't I?
21, I believe, will hit for 15 slashing and 3 necrotic.
So another 18, and she is not immune to necrotic or anything. No. Yeah, she has lost
slightly.
2 of her arms. Almost a leg.
Heavily damaged, but hanging in there.
Yes. Let's just say if I cast Steel Sync right now, it wouldn't do much.
Okay. So yeah, that's very funny. All right, that is its turn. The scribe continues to burn.
Listen, I took the thing's attention. I'm happy with it. I'm fine. I'm okay.
It is the top of initiative. Telperion, you can make a tactician change if you would like.
I still don't think it matters, right? There's no reason to. I'll leave it.
Okay.
But
Jiri, you are up first. You have just been almost fully healed by Toby Rama's magic from off in the distance. What are you doing now?
Well, that was the only reason why I was heading this way, so I will head back and pat down Shaggy once again, who's
You
lying
can-
down like a carpet.
Using all of your available movement, you can get over there and mount him. And then you benefit from Shaggy's movement immediately.
And then, Jiri definitely wants his spell back, so he's gonna have Shaggy dash on over
Dude, that's amazing. Shaggy's killing it. How should I tackle over here?
to Home Slice over here, who is dead.
Okay.
And
Would you like
I
to
will...
use your action to look into the devil's lore form?
Oh, I certainly would. Like some forbidden
Good.
knowledge.
Will it show you guys this if I click it?
Ugh. Roulette sees other people reading things and gets very jealous.
Jiri's like, give me my spell back.
Wait, before Toby sees.
Jiri, as you start peering into forbidden knowledge, lore, secrets, and otherwise, I need you to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Hell yeah, why not? Ooh, I'm good at these.
Find Greater Steed.
7. Wait, can I use it afterwards? The time thing?
The clockwork thing, I will say in general, no, you need to announce it before to
No.
auto get a 10.
It's
I
also
think.
for just. I think it's all for attacks only.
Attack
I will
rolls.
confirm that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not for like
Clockwork,
everything.
No, it's just when you make an attack roll, you can forego the roll to make it a 10.
Correct. Yeah, it's very much you're doing a kata.
Never mind, 11.
Okay.
Shove me up your
Jiri.
what? I heard that, Steve.
Jiri,
There's
as
a
you
snap filter I'm gonna send to you.
as you read through the devil's remains, you get lost in the sauce. It's pulling you in. It's fuddling your mind and confusing you, and you become cursed. Driven to piece the fragments of the lore devil back together, convinced that there are secrets here that hold profound hidden truth. And while you are cursed in this way, you have disadvantage on all attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws that use intelligence, wisdom, or charisma. You did not succeed, and therefore were not able to decipher useful, valuable secrets.
That's
But
not good.
since you were the first to interact here, I will clarify for you that should you have succeeded, you knew it was possible here. You can learn any spell from which you have a spell slot able to cast that does not need to be on your spell list. You just insta-learn it. You can insta-learn one language, or you can learn one secret. It can be random at the DM's choice, given to you by what Moira and the scribe would have had on his form, or if you would like to state a specific topic of search, I will let you know. If it will basically automatically give you that if that's available. But point being, you knew all that was possible, but you failed your whiz save. You are driven. You start clutching at papers. There's so much profound knowledge here. I can fix this. I can gain what the scribe lost, and you are cursed.
Get it while it's good, guys, because I'm not a big fan of this. But Mike knows that this is so cool.
Shit.
I also just don't have remove curse ready today, so.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Do I have to make a decision right now, or can I have a moment?
You don't get to make a decision right now. I was just clarifying for you what would have been possible should you have succeeded.
Oh, would have been. Oh.
Yes, yeah. But you can try again, certainly, in the next turn. But
okay,
yeah, it can get worse.
Well, you have to make a whiz save for this, which he would be making at disadvantage. So it's just even more unlikely that he gains something. But no, the curse will not get worse. Okay. I think that's pretty much it for Jerry's action economy. Does that conclude your turn for now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Roulette, you are next.
Can he stop looking at these pieces?
He is cursed and compelled, obsessively so right now, where you see him just like, Jerry doesn't give a shit about books usually, unless it's like the Jawland Chronicles.
This thing is gonna explode and kill you
just
guys.
This is the best book ever.
I was gonna read that, but now this is fucked. Toby, I hear your voice in my head. It's Roulette's turn.
Yes,
It is Roulette's turn.
I'm gonna have my little lady hobble around, and she's just gonna hobble, and she's gonna get back on a railing on the other side. She is not going to attack yet because I think I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to bonus action arcane weapon onto my sword that I take out. And I'm gonna run up and I'm gonna take 2 swings. Lightning is what I'm adding to my thing.
Okay. You are flanking, so go ahead and roll them with advantage.
And I will roll. I will do my first attack with the Mirror Light Blade.
All right,
That
let's see
20
how.
will do it.
Here's the new game show. How many dice is he gonna roll?
I gotta pee while you do the rolling.
Literally do that. Okay, roll 4d6 plus 4d4 plus 2d6 plus 4. So 2d6 for the slashing, 2d4 for the psychic, 1d6 for the elemental, plus 4 for dragoon. Double the dice.
What about
Okay.
your just normal modifier for attacking?
That's the 2d6 slashing.
Plus
Oh,
4
plus 5.
or whatever.
Plus
plus
4,
four,
or
plus
yeah,
four.
plus. It should
No,
be
plus
plus
five,
5.
plus five.
I
Yeah,
didn't
because it's a
remember what
plus
it
1
was, but-
weapon. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yep.
MK. That last 5 is for you. 36 on the
Jesus
first
Christ.
swing.
With this thing's Dread Iron Pauldron, it does resist some of this damage, but you cut into it rather successfully.
Oh my god.
It does not resist psychic or lightning,
So
but it
the
resists a little bit
4d6
of the
plus
slashing.
5.
Plus 9. Oh no, the 4 is
Strict
part of the
unit
lightning.
based, right?
Yeah, so it is just the
Correct.
4d6 plus 5.
So there's
Oh, dang, which was
17
your best
slashing.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But
And then I
meaty hit. You carve into that thing, and its chest for the first time is gouged open, and you see it leaking like green fluid. It doesn't look like blood, more like wyvern poison coursing through its body.
gross. I will swing again.
Okay, still at advantage.
Give me another 20.
Would have been nice.
That'll hit.
22. God, I have to do the inverse of this. 2d6 plus 2d4 plus 1d6 plus 4 plus 5. Imagine this is higher. 18.
Again,
hey, exactly half.
Resisting a tiny bit of it. 3, 8,
8 on the
4.
slashing. So
Yeah,
4.
resisting 4 damage total. It will take the brunt of your attack, and it
14
is
damage.
certainly bloodied.
That was my movement, bonus action, end of turn.
Okay. Toby.
This was part of my last turn, but I'm sprinting at Telperion, understanding how injured he is. I saw him strike down this thing. I'm aware-ish. I mean,
And you heard him call out, "Get over here!"
MK has a suspicion that this is a big delayed blast that's about to happen. Does that seem reasonable to assume for Toby as he's flying towards them? Does it seem like something's detonating?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Which for me is just a 0. 8.
You have no precedence or intimate knowledge enough about devils in different forms to confirm or deny that suspicion, but it's a thought that occurs to Toby.
But I will continue on my way. Good 30 feet. Will you just go ahead and drag me, because I can't see the grid very well over the darkness, so I'll just hold this if you'll
Yep.
move me.
Yep. What I typically do is if you're dragging, if you are holding your left click, but you click with your right click along the path, it will pull up the thing.
Oh,
Well,
I understand what you're saying.
I have a 15% chance of making the whiz save if I was to do it. That's so bad.
Is your
But
greed
also-
85% strong?
No, my greed is like, Jerry's fucked and I don't know how to fix it, and I probably should make it worse. But also, Crit knows that it's always fun to go for the toy, and I know that's his philosophy, and he loves putting these in front of us. The tantalizing is the fun part.
That is true, and if a spell off your list or a language don't appeal you, there are secrets, and you can announce a topic you want to search for. So
Dude,
there's value there.
I wish I could
I
help
could go
Jerry.
learn counterspell.
I was just thinking about it while I went to the bathroom. I was like, could I do a 3rd level spell if it was psionic-y? But
Also, I am not saying this just to justify, hey, go do this fun thing.
I know, yeah.
But I will say, Toby
make it
Rama,
worse.
people act out of character all the time. So even if you, for some reason, feel
Right,
compelled
right.
because, the end is worth the means right now, it's up to you, all of you guys, to justify whatever you want to do.
You got the
So-
speed to dash, buddy.
But don't feel like
I-
you're restrained from options because you have behaved a certain way once upon a time.
Well,
I also am preserving the idea that Toby doesn't understand what's going on over there.
That's true.
Um,
That's true.
So,
but I did yell for help,
And we
now
we will
starters.
cut off the session here probably at the end of this initiative turn. Or
I just want to
round.
tell you, just to help you know what you're looking at. I'm standing, not looking as hurt anymore, but I'm looking at Jiri, who's frantically looking in the fire. So that's what you're seeing. You're not seeing me like holding myself, dying. And my
what I
sword's
will
down. I'm not
start with
fearing threat.
is while I'm within 60 feet of all our buddies, I will throw out a 3rd level mass healing word for 1d4 plus 10. 2.
Dread Iron Axe hit into Daisy, but you couldn't
I
heal
can't
Daisy
heal Daisy
even if you
anyway.
wanted to. Correct. Yep, so that was the
Anyone
only
who
relevant
can
one.
take 12 back gets 12 back. That includes me.
Gee,
It's up to 6.
can my armor have the 12 so it's not rusty anymore?
Do I dash or do I attack the demon? I'm gonna roll a d20. I think 10 or less is I dash, because that's the less likely thing. I'm gonna dash towards the devil. Another 30 feet.
Prioritizing your listening to Telperion over. You know, if Telperion called something out like that in combat, that probably deserves your priority even over the remaining threat on the board.
I also see it starting to get carved into by roulette, so I dash using my action, having used my bonus action, all of my movement, and that is where I end my turn.
Telperion.
Fuck, I have to make a decision. I don't actually know what I can do. Looking at Jiri, he's actively okay. I really would love to help Jiri with what he's doing. Can I like? I want to like do a little dialogue for a second. Jiri, what are you doing? What's going on? Is it all right? Should I look?
No, leave this to me. I'll put it all together. Hey, back
Uh,
to Telperion.
I'm doing some really rapid brain thinking. Okay, Moira, devil, curses, scary stuff. And he's just sitting there madly putting it back together.
Yeah, not even like literally like a puzzle, but just trying to gather all the knowledge, and I can make use of this. I can knit together the strands of ingenious knowledge that the Lord Devil possessed.
All makes
Obsessively
sense.
compelled.
I want to take Jiri and I want to pull him and I want to like just like stop him, like use my strength to just stop him. And I want to like hold my head and forehead so close to him. And I want to just think into his brain so hard. Jiri, focus. This is Moira. Paravel, listen. Moira, look for the right thing and do it now. And I just want to give him the help action and just try to just like
absolutely.
do everything I can to like psionically just like whip them into this like clarity.
I will say, you spending your action to do that, you can give the help action to Jiri, improving his chances at getting in through to the magics contained within. Very
And I
well
use my
done.
bonus. How close is Toby?
That's a good question. Let me throw. a
He's
quick
approaching rapidly.
Just for
Finally
the drama
within
of it,
range.
just for the drama of it, I then look up at Toby and I just pull him 5 feet towards us to like help him like expedite and get here. And like I look at him and I blast him with a little bit of the same thing. I was like, brother, if you're gonna check out your mortal enemies, this is the moment for it. I'm not going to try. I'll watch you if you need to. And then I'll just wait and kind of guard this mania.
I did already
with my
move myself
obfuscation,
5
I'll hold
feet because I will.
I'll take my staff out and be ready to, because I haven't had my staff out this whole fight. And that's it. But I will look at the other guys and say, "Good try. Push them back. Try to push them in again." And our friends.
They're going to have a difficult time doing that now, as getting around Daisy and back into range might be tricky, and they'd leave range of him. So
Sorry.
they're going to continue pushing, but full force ahead, and they will give 3 attacks.
Damn.
Yeah, they're rolling low, but getting rolls out of the way potentially. One of them, again, connecting.
Did they brace? Is that a meaningful thing they
Yeah,
can do?
they would. They absolutely would have braced. So I will
Oh,
re-roll.
they
one of
rolled
those.
max damage on that one they
Oh,
hit.
okay. Yeah, they did. So perfect. Okay. Cool. So Insidium does take more damage and is heavily wounded at this point. That'll be their turn. It will be the Imp's turn. Who will all dash, trying to close in on their fleeing prey. That's all they can do. Insidium's turn.
God, one of the 4 ones is over there guarding this can. That, like, thank you for Roulette.
Roulette is doing the Lord's work.
Once again, with a beating of its wyvern wings, in buffeting you guys back so as to not provoke opportunity attacks, it launches itself up into the air before crashing to the ground again. I need Roulette, Daisy, and the Glass Guard to make a dex save.
Go, Glass
Which
Guard.
Again, the Glass Guards succeed. Roulette will succeed. And Daisy will succeed. So none of you knocked prone. All of you taking only 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Glass Guard taking even less than that. The Glass Guard have not been injured very much in this fight. And then it will use its Stinger and Dread Iron Chain Axe. Roulette's the biggest threat and has carved into it the most, so I think Stinger at least is starting with you, Roulette.
I'll take it.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, I need you to make a con save.
Gladly. I shouldn't have said that. I feel like I just jinxed myself when I said that. 13.
Okay, that will be a fail. So as the Stinger finally makes purchase with someone stabbing into you, you feel the shock of poison disseminate through your entire body.
How many attacks does he have?
2. Stinger plus 1 other attack.
Okay, I will give disadvantage on the second one from Daisy.
Okay.
I should have done on the first one, but I missed it.
It will be 40 points of damage on that first strike, as you take 18 piercing and 22 poison. And then the second one, you impose disadvantage on through Daisy.
Daisy will poke. Yeah.
Still coming at you here, disadvantage. 20 with disadvantage. Will that hit you?
I will shield that one to stop that one.
Okay. You will block it entirely. And you see this thing kind of heaving now. Its form definitely slowed and losing its ability to maintain itself. The scribe's form continues to burn. The final turn of interactions taking place now to try and read from its form.
Christopher, did you say I'm poisoned? Sorry.
You are not poisoned, you just took a shock of poison damage.
Cool. Gotcha. Thank you.
We can absolutely call the session now. We're past the time we established, unless at least Jiri would want to make a whiz save with advantage to see what happens here.
I mean, I'm willing to.
Unless
Gotta
Topan would
be
go
hearing-
before me to maybe help me as well.
Telperion could make a tactician change, but I don't think that'll get you above Jiri.
Not me. I'm wondering if Telperion can help me. But
He could pull Jiri down toward him and help you aid Jiri more or something. But yeah,
He
anyway.
Toby wants my help, just like I gave Jiri help. Which is funny, and I hadn't thought about that. I was like still debating.
MK
Like,
wants that. Toby has not interacted with the situation yet.
So for now, leaving it tactician wise.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I thought we were rating on 10. I think leave it as is. Yeah, let this
Okay.
just go. Cause yeah.
Okay.
And yeah.
So Jiri, still compelled, and you can see the scraps of paper are burning more rapidly now. This is going to be your last chance to try and glean knowledge and wisdom from this.
Must read.
Question
straight
is it
roll?
worth an inspiration?
Yeah, you are canceling out with Telperion's aid help action. You're canceling out with his advantage the disadvantage you have on ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws on Wiz, Charisma, and Intelligence that the curse is inflicting on you. So it would be a straight Wisdom saving throw.
All right, here we go. Son of a bitch.
Unless anyone wants to
Do
do
you have any
anything.
inspo, Tim?
Inspirations I got. Yeah, I do. Let's see how. Should use this on the first one. That would have been the time to do it.
I forgot about that law too.
I have 2, so I will use 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and re-roll it.
Oh,
A worthwhile inspiration point expended. You can have your choice of any spell. You don't get Mystic Arcanums because you're limited to what you have spell slots for, but you can choose any 5th level spell or lower that Jiri just insta learns. You can choose any language if you want for Jiri to insta learn, or you can search for a topic, and if that topic is within its form, you will learn a secret about that topic. But if you're too nervous to guess, the DM will gift a random secret to you.
Ooh, I love that idea. That's pretty cool. But Sephiroth, when you were in Jiri's mind, the 2 things that like Jiri was kind of pondering while he was looking through this was trying to find either Moira's weakness or Moira's like purpose, like goal. Was there one that felt more compelling to Telperion?
what was the second one you said? I misheard.
Goal or weakness for Moira?
What Telperion was instilling in your brain was like, I was really trying to connect with Hyperivel and your lizard brain memories of being conjoined. And I actually don't want you to think about Moira's goal. I want you guys to search for the secret that fused you together that is what is inhibiting Hyperivel.
Ooh. Alright. That is exactly what Jiri. Good thing Telperion gave him a good idea.
Holy fuck!
Exactly what
That's what
what Jiri's gonna look for.
Yeah, like if Telperion's like thought was a knife, that's what he's trying to hand to Hyperivel to like with all like, I want you to have this moment in the secret.
Jiri, you search through it. You shove aside momentarily the desperation to just gain all knowledge, and Telperion's psionic guidance is guiding you toward it. Wait, what was that? You find a collection of papers. And your jaw drops. And that is where we'll end the session tonight.
Ooh.
So evil. Just like Moira.
I'm just looking for a spell to grab if I make my save, and this is
Dude,
so
I'm
much
sitting here
better.
thinking about-
You announced a topic, and that is a topic she has information on. You will learn some juicy information on that topic.
Oh, good idea, Telperion.
I got you. Dude, I'm so hyped. She